Day session on this Microsoft Excel. This whole day, yesterday whole day we spent more time on pivot and we started Power Query, but we didn't see in-depth of Power Query. We started it. Today we are going to see in-depth of Power Queries and Power Pivots. So before starting today's session, I think this is the one which we have covered yesterday, that is 01 pivot. So normally we'll have a recap. If it is a second day session, we'll have a recap of what we learned yesterday. I think if I start recapping, it will take at least another 20 minutes to half an hour because we have to cover so many concepts. If we have started Power Query yesterday itself, then we have saved some time, but unfortunately we didn't cover it. We didn't start. So if you have any other question, doubts, queries of what we learned yesterday, and try to clarify. If time permits, we'll have a recap at the end of the session. So if you have any question, doubts, queries of what we learned yesterday, I'll try to clarify it, clear it, and then we can move on to today's session. Yesterday, I think we have seen introduction, what are all the elements, components, options available in pivot. Then we have seen about how to create a pivot. Before creating a pivot, two important things I told you. What are the things to be done? Conditions are okay. No merge cell, table should have a heading should be unique. But before creating a pivot or before sending a report to someone else, you have to check two things. Check performance and check accessibility. Today, let me do that. Let me go to the review tab and check the accessibility. Keep going. There is some problem. Heading, read text, contrast. Some colors are not good. It says some colors is a problem. So when I click, I think this color, you can see here, this color is not legible to the audience. That's why it says this color is not good. Change some other colors. That's one problem. And another one is the missed alt text. That is, as I told, for the touchscreen peoples, physically challenged. For the slicers, they don't know what is the purpose of the slicer. So if I touch it, you can see, you can give a description about this slicer. What is the slicer used for? What is this slicer used for? So you can give a description. That's the two things here. It's not a bigger problem. That's the two things. So accessibility. But check performance is very vital here. Review. And I'll go to check performance. Yes, yesterday we didn't face any problem. When I started, we didn't face any problem. Now you can see there are some problem available. More than 41,808 cells has to be optimized. This may decrease the performance of your system, increase the file size and decrease the performance. For example, in exercise number 02, 4 cell ranges we have some problem. Let me check that. If you are okay, straight away you can optimize it. But let me go to 02. And there is L10 to J12. There is some problem. I click on this L10 to J12. Yes, yesterday what we did is we have created the report. Then we changed that rows into columns. Columns into rows. So there is some formatting. So these are all some of the problems indirectly happening on the background. We would have not recognized. Because of this, the file size is getting increased. System speed is reduced. So this format has to be removed. And similarly, L13. This way, we created some report, then we changed that rows into columns. Same thing, EX02, same thing here. So unnecessary format, you can see it's not deleted properly. So many empty columns, empty cells are there. So better optimize. So optimize the sheet. So 02 is optimized. So it has saved our size and it will improve the performance. Then EX04. So let me check EX04, first one. Yes, same thing here. We have created some report and we have modified into rows, columns. Same thing. Okay, so it will check only with the unwanted empty columns and cells. You can see all the unwanted empty columns. If we have the data, it doesn't disturb here. So optimize your sheets. So now our sheet is optimized. 39,702 cells are optimized. It will improve the performance of your workbook. So please do this. As I told, make it as a habit, make it as a practice, at least weekly once. If you are using a file more frequently, please do this. Check the performance, check the accessibility. At least if not check the accessibility, please check the performance of your system. So, and clean up it. Okay. Then we have seen how to create various sorts of report and how to use the slicer, how to use the timeline, year-wise, month-wise report, how to bring the top 10, how to bring a dashboard. So how to create a dashboard like this. One click, multiple has to be filtered. So today also we'll make a dashboard. Yesterday we made a dashboard based on only one sheet. Today we'll make a dashboard based on multiple sheets, multiple files. Identical, non-identical, folders, everything we are going to see today. Right? Yes. Any queries? questions, doubts of what we learned yesterday? No? Clear? So we'll jump on to today's session. Okay, very good. Better to close a file. So could you tell me how can I close a file? Control W. Very good. I'm closing the file. Now yesterday what we did is this file 05 revenue. We started it, we didn't complete it, we started. When I open this 05 revenue, I am facing some problem here. There are some empty rows, there are some empty cells, unwanted columns are there. This has to be, yes, recording has started. So unwanted columns, unwanted rows, we have to clean up it. And you can ask me, we can clean up, we can do the cleanup in Excel itself. But the problem is when I clean up in Excel, every time you have to do this. This data is having more than 1800 rows. But tomorrow I'm adding some new data here. Still 31 December. Now I'm adding January, February, March data. Once again in January, February, March data, there will be some empty rows and empty columns. We have to clean up it again. Or we have to do a macro for it. In olden days, we'll do a macro, we do a coding for it, which is not required. Power Query will take care of it. Do it only once in your lifetime, then cleaning up will be done automatically by Power Query. That's what we are going to do today. So let me close this file and I open a new file, Control N. I think we have seen 4 workflows. Could you tell me what is the 4 workflow? First workflow is get. We have to get the data. From where we can get the data? Any data source in the world. We can get the data from any data source. Second, after getting the data, we have to transform the data. Where do we transform our data? Using Power Query. Very good. Third, load. Where do we load our data? Either it can be in Excel table or even you can have it in Power Query also. We'll see both today. Fourth one is after transforming, after loading, we have to create a report. So where do we create a report? Sorry. Pivot and Power Pivot. Very good. So we can create a report using pivot table as well as we can create a report in Power Pivot. Okay. So yesterday we started this. We started and we landed into transform, but we didn't do the transformation. Let us do it today. So we'll do all the 4 now today. Okay. So I opened a fresh new file. And please close that existing file, the file which we are going to import. That has to be closed. It can be an Excel file, it can be CSV, it can be text. Better to close it. Otherwise, it may throw an error. Read only. The file is already used by someone else. So please close the file. Now, let me go to the data. Under data, let us go to get data. From get data, get data from file. From Excel workbook, this is what we did yesterday from Excel workbook. And we have to select the file, browse and select the file. And I'm going to that file, that is exercise 05 revenue analysis. Import. It goes to the navigator screen. In the navigator screen, your file name and your sheet name would have been displayed. You have to select the sheet name here. If you have multiple sheets, multiple sheet will get displayed. We'll see that in another few minutes. And here we have 3 options. One is loading, another one is transforming. I always recommend to go with transform. So let us click on transform. When I click on transform, it lands into Power Query. Unfortunately, after landing into Power Query, you cannot come back to Excel. You have to clean up and you have to do all the process, then only you can come back to Excel. Now if you open the Excel also, you will not see, you cannot open the Excel here. You have to clean up and you have to do all the process. Even you cannot open any other Excel file also. You have to do the cleaning up process and then come back to Excel. Okay, so we have landed here. Yes. Open a new file. Then go to data, get data. What we did yesterday, same thing. From file, from Excel workbook. And select that file, 05 revenue analysis. Import. After importing, you have to select that sheet and click on transform data. Now we have landed into Power Query. Once again, I'm repeating what I said yesterday. Any question, doubts, queries, stop me, ask me there itself. I can repeat it any number of times. Because this Power Query is a very, very, very important one. Initially, you may have a struggle because since we are using it for the very first time, gradually you will increase your pace. So initially there will be some struggle because since it's a new feature. So stop me and ask me there itself whenever you have any question, any doubts, queries. Right? Now, what are we going to do here? Basic thing, what are we going to do in Power Query is 4 things you have to check it in Power Query. 4 things has to be checked. First one, what you have to check is whether your data is green. You have to check whether your data is green. What is that green? I will explain what is the green. You will get 3 colors. Green, gray, red. What is that green, gray, red? I will explain in another few minutes. First, you have to check whether your data is green. Second, you have to check whether your table heading is correct. Whether your table heading is correct. That's the second thing. Third one, you have to check is your data type. Whether your data type is correct. Fourth one, you have to check is not checking. Fourth one, you have to do it is remove unwanted. But this is not mandatory. First 3 are mandatory. Green, heading, data type. Green, at least green, it should not be red. It should not be red. It should be green. Better should be green. If not green, at least it should not be red. I will explain it. But this remove unwanted is optional. It's not mandatory, it's optional. But better to do that, but it's optional. Even if you can have the unwanted data, but the problem if you have the unwanted data is your file size get increased, your system becomes slower. So better to remove it. 5S, unwanted. Okay, this is the 4th thing we have to do. First, whether check your data is green. Second, whether check the heading is correct. Third, your data type is correct. Fourth one is remove the unwanted. So let us start with the first one, green. I want to check whether my data is green or not. How do we do that? When I land into Power Query, on the Power Query, a table heading is automatically created. It takes the first row as the heading. It takes always the first row as the heading. Unfortunately, in my source data, the first row is not a heading. No problem. We'll modify it. It treats the first row as the heading, other rows as your data. Below the heading, you can see a line is penetrating here. There is a line available below the heading. And this line, what I indicate is this line should be green. This line should be 100% green. But I can see there are 2 colors here. Maybe there is green and some gray area also. There is a gray. You will get 3 colors here. One is you will get a green. Of course, green is perfect. Your data, no problem in your data. Second one is gray. Gray means there is some problem in the data, but it can be solved. It can be solved by us. Fourth one is you will get a red. Red means a bigger problem. It cannot be solved here. It can be solved only on your source data. Where we have NA, or what we can do is you can remove the errors. You cannot solve it, you can remove the errors. I don't like the errors, I can remove the errors, delete the errors. But if you want to solve it, you have to solve it on your source data. When you will get the red, I think in Excel we have something called as REF, NA, div error. So in that case, I think you will be getting a red. Otherwise, you will not get the red. So 3 colors, but here I am getting 2 colors. Green, gray. Green I understood why it's green because data is correct. Gray. Why there is a gray? I want to know why there is a gray. It's very simple. Just move your cursor over that green or a gray. If you place exactly the cursor on that green or a gray, you can see a small menu is popping out and it's showing why there is how many datas are green, how many datas are red, how many datas are gray. So the first one is green. 973 is valid. 0 error, no reds. And 27 datas are empty. But unfortunately, 973 plus 27 put together 1000. But in my source data, I believe we have more than 1000, correct? We have approximately 1800 rows. But here it takes only 1000. What Power Query will do is, you can have any number of million, billion, trillions of rows and columns. It will always check the quality, but it will load. If I load this data, if you want to do some changes, the changes will happen to the entire data set. But for the quality checking, it will check only with the first 1000 rows. Assume you are manufacturing 1 lakh product every day. What Power Query will do is, it will check only with the first 1000 rows. If first 1000 data is okay, it will check that other data should be same. So it will check only, it will check the quality checking with only the 1000 rows. By default. But I want to check with the entire data set. My recommendation is, check with the entire data set, because we are going to do it only once in your lifetime. Later it's not required. Later it will be done automatically. So it's better to check with the entire data set, because I may get an error in 1500 rows. I may get an error in 2000 rows also. So better to check with the entire data set. But as I told you, you are manufacturing 1 lakh product. First, I'm checking with 1000 rows. It will be very faster. But if you are checking with 1 lakh rows, 1 lakh data, then it will be little bit slower. Same thing happens here. If the data is larger, it may take some time also. But better, initially you are going to do it only once in your lifetime. Better to check it. So how can I check with the entire data set? On the bottom, you can see it shows the message here. On the bottom of your status bar, it shows the message. And please check if your rows are more than 999. If your data are more than, here it says how many columns and how many rows. There are more than 999 plus. That means more than 1000 rows are available. So if it is always more than 1000 rows, my recommendation is check with the entire data set. How can I check with the entire data set? Click here. Column proofing is based on top 1000 rows. Let us select this one. Column proofing based on entire data set. Click. But here it doesn't make a very big difference. 1800 is not a very, very large data. So it checks very faster. So I click here and go for column proofing based on entire data set. Now I go here and I place the cursor here. Yes. It checks with the entire data set now. Okay, by default it will check only with the 1000, but it's better to check with, if you want to check with the entire data set, please do this. Okay, now every time I have to go here and place the cursor here and check my quality of this column. Instead, I feel it's a little bit tougher for me to place the cursor every time here. Can I get any option so that straight away I can check it? I don't want to place the cursor here. So exactly you have to place the cursor on the green. So another method, go to the view tab. Under view tab, if I go to the view tab, there is a checkbox called as column quality. Column quality. Go to view and enable that column quality. Enable means just make a check mark, just make a tick mark. So when I make a tick mark here, now it checks the column quality. No need for every time placing the cursor over here. So just it, but it shows in a percentage format. 98% is valid and 2% is empty. But if you want to show it in number, it's very simple. Now it's not required. You have to place the cursor exactly on green. You can place the cursor anywhere else here. Anywhere else on this box. Anywhere else here. Earlier you had to place the cursor exactly on the green. After enabling the column quality, you can place the cursor anywhere else here. So this is how you can check your column quality. Okay. Right. Left hand side, you would have noticed query and name. That's your sheet name. In Excel, we call it a sheet, but when you come to Power Query, it's a query name. Query 1, query 2, you'll have multiple queries, and these are all the columns, and we have checked the column quality here. But can I check furthermore other options? For example, let me take this column called as state. I want to know more thing about this column. I want to get more information about the column. Anyway, I'm getting some information on the top. Valid is 98%, empty is 2, but I want to get more information. I want to know how many cities are there and which city is having more data. I want to check that. So select that column. For this, you have to select a particular column. If that column is a text format, select the column. Go to the same view tab. Under the same view tab, column profile. Select the column profile. On the bottom of this, now you can see it shows some more information. Totally, there are 186 rows are available. Empty errors are 0, empties are 42, distinct are 12. Distinct are 12 means there are 12 cities available. 12 state names available. One unique value, that is your heading. Heading is your unique value. Minimum is Andhra Pradesh, maximum is Uttar Pradesh. This minimum and maximum doesn't indicate the data. It indicates your alphabetical order. Alphabetically, Andhra comes first. Alphabetically, Uttar Pradesh comes at the last. You can see Andhra is not the lowest. Andhra Pradesh is at the 4th or 5th. But here it says minimum and maximum. This minimum and maximum, it's not based on your number of data. It's based on the alphabetical order. Alphabetically, which comes first, alphabetically, which comes last. Based on data, here it is available. Based on data, I think Uttar Pradesh is having more values. When I place the cursor, it says Uttar Pradesh is having 235 values and Tamil Nadu is having 218. Karnataka is having 213. So just to get an information. So, but I recommend whenever you require, select the column profile. Otherwise, please uncheck it because it may slow down your system processor. Because every time if we have checked it, each and every column, it will check your column profile. It will slow down your system speed. Whenever required, suppose I want to know some features about it, select it, then go for column profile. Otherwise, switch off the column profile. Better to switch off it. But column quality, it's better to switch on always. Always it's better to switch on the column quality. Column quality can be on. Column profile can be off. Okay. Now coming to the very vital part of this Power Query. On the right hand side, you would have noticed there is something called as query settings. The name of the query, and you can see by default some steps has been applied automatically by Power Query. Some steps. It may vary from data to data. Some data you may have 4 steps, some data you may have 1 step, some data you may have 3 steps. It's based on the data. This 4 or 3 or 4 steps has been automatically done by Power Query. Now, after this, whatever the steps you are going to do here, Power Query will take a note of all the steps, whatever the steps you are going to do further. For example, I am going to remove all the empty cells. So, Power Query will note it here. And I will do, next I will do some other process. Next I will do some other process. All the process, Power Query will note it here. Whatever the process you are going to do, all the process will be noted by Power Query here. Could you tell me what is the use, what is the purpose, why Power Query is noting all your steps? We can undo the steps. Very good. Superb. We can undo it. This will happen not only in Power Query, this will happen in normal software also, right? If you open Word, Excel and PowerPoint, Excel unfortunately I cannot open now. If I open a Word, if I open a PowerPoint, whatever the steps you are doing, PowerPoint, Word, Excel or PowerPoint is noting down. Suppose I am typing something here, I press enter. When I go to the save undo, next to the save undo, you can see there is a button, it's noting down here. Typing, I press the enter, something. Whatever the steps you are doing, that will be noted by Word document here. Same thing will happen in Power Query. But in Excel also, whatever the steps you are doing, Excel will note it. As he has rightly told, we can undo it. And how long we can use that undo in Excel, Word or PowerPoint? How long? Until 20. 20 undos are possible. 10 undos are possible. I'm getting different numbers. 9. All are giving your lucky numbers. Any idea? Well, maximum is 100, but you can undo until file is closed. Very good. Until your file is closed. Until your file is closed, you can use undo. After closing the file and reopening the file, you cannot use undo. But in Power Query, whatever the steps you are doing it here, lifelong it's available. I did it today and I open it 1 year later, 2 years later, 10 years later, all your steps will be available here. That's an advantage. You can undo it, you can redo it, you can edit it lifelong. At any time you can do this. That's a first or second advantage. Next, another advantage is one you said rightly, we can undo it and we can have the history. We can have history, what are all the things we did, we can have a history of it, and undo is available lifelong. What is the other advantage?
Edit that particular step.
Editing. Undoing, editing. Very good. You can edit it. That's another advantage. Very important advantage. What is the other advantage? I think I have indicated this in the morning or yesterday itself. Whenever you add a data, suppose I am going to add a new data. Whatever the steps you did it here, that will be automatically applied to your new also. So no need for doing the steps again and again and again. In olden days, we'll do a macros. Assume I have 1800 rows. The macro will run for 1800 rows. Now I'm adding 200 rows. Macro will run for 1800 plus 200 rows. It will slow down your system speed. But whereas Power Query, already 1800 rows, we got the result. It will run only for the last 200 rows. So Power Query will be a little bit faster and efficient also. So whatever the steps you did it, that will be automatically applied for your new data also. That's an advantage of this applied steps. And applied steps, knowingly, unknowingly, if you have closed this applied steps. For example, I closed this query settings. No problem. You can get it back by going to view. Under view, there is query settings. Okay. Click on query settings. You can get back. And a small warning is, whenever you are doing an activity, please do it after the last step. Don't do it in the first or second or some other step here. Do it after the last step. If you are doing somewhere else in the middle, your hierarchy may get collapsed. So better always place the cursor on the last step and do it. Okay. Let us do one by one. First, let us make this data as a green. Why there is a gray? When I place the cursor, there is a gray here. The reason for gray is there are 42 rows are empty. So Power Query is giving some idea. This is a problem. Will it give a solution for us? Yes. Not a solution. At least it will give an idea for us. What's an idea it's providing is, you can see on the bottom, remove empty. It says you can remove the reason there are 42 empties are available. You can remove the empty. But I cannot say every time Power Query will give you the right solution. Sometimes it may give you the wrong solution also. Can I get furthermore other suggestions? Yes. There is 3 dot. So go to the 3 dot. When I click on 3 dot, there are furthermore other suggestions. Copy, keep duplicates, keep errors, remove duplicates, remove errors, remove empties. But I am not going to use any one of this. What we are going to do it as, here it says remove empty. But I am not going to use that remove empty. Let us go to the Home tab. My suggestion, my recommendation is this. Go to Home tab. Under Home tab, there is an option available, remove rows. Under remove rows, go to Home tab. There is a remove rows. Below remove rows, there is an option called as remove blank rows. I think you have to tell me. Earlier, it shows remove blank. I didn't accept it. I am suggesting this part, remove blank rows. What is the difference? If?
Remove that only that one system.
Which one?
Previous that suggestion, but here it will remove entire row.
If the entire row is empty, it will get removed. This one. The earlier one, if a cell is empty, also it will get removed. For example, this one. Let us take the payment mode. In payment mode, one cell is empty. If this cell is empty, this data will get removed. If I use the first option, remove empty. But this one is remove blank rows. If the entire row is blank, it will get removed. So I recommend this. I suggest this. So let us do this. Home tab, remove rows. And you can see on the applied steps, one step would have been added. So let us click on remove blank rows. Yes. All the blank row has been deleted or removed. Now my data has become more green. So now we got more greens, and you can notice one step was added here, remove blank rows. If you don't want the step, there is an option available like undo in Excel, Control Z in Excel. We have this option called as into mark. If I make this into mark, the last option will be, we can undo the last option. But in Power Query, we have one more advantage. The advantage is, suppose I did this remove blank rows, and after 1 year I'm opening it. I don't know why I did this, what is the purpose I did it. Or I did this, I send it to someone else. Or someone else did it, they are sending back to me. I don't know why they have removed this blank row. What is the purpose they have removed it? I want to check how was my data before blank rows, how was my data after the blank rows, which is not possible in Excel. Undo means undo, that's all. But I want to check here, how was my data, why they have removed it. How was my data before removing the blank rows? How was my data after removing the blank rows? It's very simple. Just go before the step, early step. Just to make a click on the early step. My data looks like this. Before removing the empty rows, my data looks like this. Click on the bottom after empty rows. This is another advantage of Power Query. You can check how was your data before and after also. This is not possible in Microsoft Excel or Word or anything. Undo means undo, that's all. We don't know what would have happened. Undo Control Z. I don't know what has happened in Control Z. But here you can check it. And another advantage is this. Fortunately, I am able to understand remove blank row. Sometimes we would have written some formulas, we would have written some function. What is the formula we have written? What is the function we have written? Why we did it? We don't know. We can give some meaningful name for the steps. Here it's okay. Here this step is already a meaningful one, but still, sometimes I want to give some meaningful name. So right click on it, rename. So what we did is we have deleted all the empty rows. So for my understanding, I am giving some meaningful names for your steps. Okay, this is the next advantage of Power Query. Gradually we'll see what are all the other advantages. We have to redo it. There is no redoing. Because there will be 100 steps. If you did the 99th step, you have made a mistake, system will not understand. Better to, you have to redo it. Okay? Clear? Yes. Same thing. Go to remove rows. There is an option called as remove duplicates. But here you can select, suppose only the bill number is duplicated, delete it. Select the bill number column, go for remove rows, remove duplicate. So it will check if the bill number is duplicated, it will get deleted. Entire row means don't select anything, just leave as it is. Don't select any particular columns. If you select particular column means it will check whether the same thing in Excel also. If you select a particular column, remove duplicates, it will check only with the particular column.
Every month it is coming like this. How to remove it?
Remove duplicates. Next month it will get removed automatically. No need for checking on. It will get removed automatically.
You said there is something in the default auto setting for this, remove the default. Auto default.
Refreshing. Schedule refresh. We'll see that.
This duplication, you could like for particular column if you are selecting, it will remove duplicates from reference to that particular column, if there is duplicate, I want to remove that whole line.
Whole line. Here it will delete the whole line only.
Okay.
You cannot delete one cell. Here there is no cells.
Okay.
Cells cannot be deleted. If you delete only, entire row will get deleted. The data will get deleted. It will not delete a cell. That's not possible.
Oh, here it's not possible at all. If
Because
we have
it's-
to do something like that, then we have to do it in our source data.
Source. Okay. Now. Right. So first thing we did, somewhat we did, still there is some blanks, still there is some gray. All are not green, there is some gray still available. Second thing I asked you to check is, first thing I asked you to check is green. Almost we turned into green, but there are some gray. We'll do that. But now here the heading is not right. So actually this is not my table heading. This is not my table heading. Bill number should be the heading. Bill date should be the heading. Region name should be the heading. If the heading is in first row, it treats as the heading. But unfortunately in my source data, first row is not the heading. The heading is in 10th row or somewhere else. That's why the heading is not coming properly here. So this heading has to be promoted. The bill number should be the heading, bill date should be the heading, region should be the heading of this table. So how can I promote this? So we are going to promote it. But while promoting, two major change will happen. You are going to tell me what is the change. First change, two changes will happen. First change, second change. You have to tell me what is the two change happened. First, how can I promote the heading? Two methods. Click on the arrow mark here. Click on the arrow mark on the left hand side corner. There is an arrow mark and there is an option. Use first row as the header. Method 1. Method 2. Home tab. Use first row as the header. But do any one of it. Don't do both. 2 times your heading will get promoted. So please be careful. Any one. Either this or that. Not this and that. This or that. Either one of it. Don't do both. Okay. Let me do that. Use first row as the header. I click here. Use first row as the header. Now the heading is got promoted. But I can notice 2 steps has happened here. One is promoted header. Second one is change the type. You have to tell me what is the change type. I cannot do that, but I will tell you how to do that. So click here on the arrow mark. Use first row as the header. This is the first method. Second method is home tab. Use first row as the header. Both are same, but don't do twice. Any one. Either this or that. Yeah, tell me what is the change has happened here. What is the change data type? Pointer. Okay. What is the change data type? One change has happened is the promoted heading. That we did it. Promoted header. I did the promotion, so it has promoted. Fine. Type of? Very good. Superb. What Power Query has did it, what he has rightly told us, it has automatically converted your data type. In Excel, you have to go to format cell, text to columns. Manually, you have to do this. But here, it has scanned through the entire document and it has checked what is the data type of this column. Data type of this column is a number. So it has converted into 1, 2, 3. Earlier, before this step, it was not right. You can see it was 1, 2, 3 and ABC. ABC and 1, 2, 3. ABC, which was not correct. So when I come here, Power Query has automatically detected your data type. Bill number is a number. Bill date is a calendar date. And region is a text. Payment is a text. 90%. Power Query will do it. 90%. Why I am keeping the 10%? 90% Power Query will change it. Sometimes Power Query is not able to detect it properly. Sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes it's not able to detect it. Then we can step in now. So for example, just for example, assume this bill number, Power Query is not detected the bill number properly. So what we will do is, we'll give second chance to Power Query. You didn't detect it. Now I'll give you one more chance. Detect it now. So go to transform. There is a column called as, there is a tab called as transform. Below the transform, there is an option called as detect the data type now. But here it's not required, it has automatically detected it. Sometimes we'll use that today anyway, in today morning session, afternoon session, we are going to do this. Sometimes this Power Query is not detecting, we can detect it. This is second method. First time Power Query will detect it. If it is not detecting, we can detect it. Third, still Power Query is not able to do it. Now we are going to step in. Manually, forcefully, we will change it. For example, this bill number, I don't want it as a number. I want it as a text. So click here and you can convert it as a text or what is the data format you want. This is the third method. I repeat it. First method, Power Query will detect it automatically. If Power Query is not detecting, go to the second method. Here you can see Power Query has automatically detected, but it will not happen every time. 90% this will happen. Sometimes it may not happen. This is the first one. Power Query will do it automatically. If the Power Query is not doing it, then we will do this just by going to transform and detect the data type. This is second. Third one is this. We can click here and we can change our data format manually. This is third. But now second, third is not required because first Power Query has automatically detected. Second and third we'll see it today. Maybe in the later session we'll see that. Okay? Clear? Now tell me, can I load this? Is my data cleaned? Can I load this data into Excel or can I load this data into Power Query? Can I load it? No. Why? There are some empty in payment mode and you would have noticed there are some empty columns also at the last. 24, 25, 23, there are some empty columns. Because yesterday we have noticed this. When I press Control Enter, it has gone to some other column. Why or is it? So many columns are empty. That empty columns has to be removed. More people, what they will do is, suppose they don't want this column number 17, they will make a right click and they will say remove columns. But I don't suggest. My method, my suggested method is, instead of removing the column, it's better to choose the column, not removing. Choosing the column is always better. I will tell you what is the reason. So I want to choose the column instead of removing it. How can I choose the column? Home tab. Go to the Home tab. Under Home tab, choose column rather than removing the column, which I don't recommend. I will tell you what is the reason. I don't recommend of removing the column. I recommend to choose the column. Go to Home tab. Choose column. Either you can straight away click on choose column or there's an arrow mark and go to choose column. Both are same. Choose column and check the column whichever you want it. Uncheck it. Uncheck. For example, I want the bill number, bill date, region. That are all the column which I want it. It has to be ticked. It has to be checked. But 14, 15, 16, I don't want it. So uncheck this. These are all the column which we don't want. So uncheck the column which you don't want. But you can tell me removing is easy. Why I am doing this? The reason is, for example, knowingly, unknowingly. Assume that knowingly, unknowingly, while selecting something, I unknowingly removed that net profit. Knowingly, while ticking that unknowingly, I removed that net profit and I said, okay. Now after coming back only, I recognized that there is some net profit column is missing. I want that column back. So what I can do is, instead of undoing the activity in Power Query, I think you would have noticed, two icons are appearing. Left hand side, there is an into mark, which is for undoing the activity. Undoing the activity. Second, there is a settings, gear symbol. There is a gear symbol settings, which is for editing your activity. Editing. So wherever you see the gear symbol, that means you can edit the steps. For example, I'll go here, click here. Same steps are appearing here. So now I want this net profit. Say okay. Now we got the net profit. So if you see the gear symbol, that means you can edit your steps. This is the next advantage of Power Query. Okay? Done? Clear? Can I load it now?
So one more, in this same choose column, for this case there were like little columns. I mean, if there are like so number of
You have to manually. System doesn't know which is the wanted column, unwanted. Sometimes the data column which is having the data may be unwanted also. I have email ID, I have mobile number which is not required. So system doesn't recognize it. You have to remove it.
Okay.
But there is a way to go to the data, Control G, which we use it in normal Excel, Word and PowerPoint also. Control G, you can go to a particular column. Suppose I want to go to a particular column, total amount or something, you can type that column name and you can select and you can go OK. So it will go to the particular column. If you want to go to that particular column, you can use Control G. Or if you see the screen is very small, can I increase the screen width or say screen size? Control Shift plus for increasing your screen size. Control Shift minus for decreasing the screen size. In Power Query, not in Excel. Excel will delete the rows and columns. So Control Shift plus will increase the screen size. Control Shift minus will decrease the screen size. Control 0 for 100%. To get it as 100%, Control 0. Control Shift plus for increasing. Control Shift. Unfortunately, this will not be available on the list of shortcut keys. That list of shortcut key is only for Excel, not for Power Query. And Control 0 is for 100%. 100%. 100% screen size. Okay? Right? Now you have to tell me, can I load this? Payment mode. Yes. So select that payment mode column. Control G and select the column, or manually I am selecting the column. I think it can be null. As I told, red is a problem. Some gray here it's allowed. Okay, no problem. But when I create a report, I will get null values. I don't want it. So I believe this payment is still pending. I didn't receive the payment. It's a credit payment. So I didn't receive it. So I want to say, put a word called as pending. I have not received the payment or pending payments. So select the column, select that particular column, right click on that column, right click on the column, replace values. Right click on the column, replace value. Method 1. Method 2, home tab, replace value. So right click, replace value, home tab, replace value. Both are same and it's case sensitive. It is case sensitive. You know what is in my case sensitive? Capital and smaller letters. So select this replace value and case sensitive null. You can see null. How the null is? N-U-L-L. All are small letters. So you have to put it as a small letters here. N-U-L-L. And I am replacing the null with pending. My payment is pending here. Unfortunately, knowingly, unknowingly, if I type some wrong spelling, I didn't type it properly and I said okay. And it has modified it. Now how can I edit it? Query settings. That gear symbol settings. Go here. Please remember this gear settings. It's very, very, very useful. In our upcoming session also, we are going to use more on that. So anytime you can come here and you can modify it. Okay. Now I believe our data is cleaned. Yes. Now before loading, we are going to load the data. Before loading, you should understand some process. Before that, as of now, clear? Power Query is not over. We have just did a basic cleaning up. Formulas, functions, combining, merging, appending. So many things we are going to do in Power Query. Just we have seen only the basic features. Any question, doubts, queries on this? Clear? Can I load it? Can we load it? So before loading, how can I load this data? Now it's in Power Query. I think we have completed out of the 4 workflow, we have completed 2 workflows. Get is done, transform is done. Now we are going to load it. In loading, 4 methods of loading. One is, you can load it as a table. Table means what we did yesterday. Which table? Not a normal table. Dynamic table. So it will be as a dynamic table. Second one, it will be a pivot table. Second one, you can load it as a pivot table report. Like a report. Straight away it will be a report. But only one report can be created. I don't recommend this. Third one, you can put it as a pivot chart. Fourth one, only connection. I will explain all the 4. First one is a table, like a table, dynamic table with the rows and columns. But already it's a table. Why to clean up and put it once again as a table? But unfortunately, Excel, if you assume that if the source data is having 10 lakh rows, Excel will not handle and data will accumulate. And it's from Excel, okay. Suppose it's from CSV, it's from some other data source, SAP, ERP, Oracle. Your data will get accumulated. So Excel cannot handle a bigger data. So I don't suggest the first one. But we'll try this also. Later in the later part, we'll try this. And pivot table. Yes, it will create a pivot table. But once again, I want to create one more report. Means once again, then it's tougher. Once again, you have to import, clean up. Once again, you have to do the process. So I don't recommend the pivot table also. Same like chart also. So which I prefer is only connection. What is that only connection? Your data will be in Power Query, but report you can create it in Excel. I told you yesterday itself, front end and back end. I want to make Power Query as a back end, Excel as a front end. Back end data will be there in Power Query, front end report will be there in Excel. So I recommend the 4th one, only create connection. The connection will be created, but how do we create a report? Yesterday, how do we create a report? There is a table, place the cursor on the table, insert report. But here there will be no table. There will be no table, only the connection. But how do we create a report is, if you have selected the 4th one, then you have to select one more option also. If you have selected 4th one, you have to select one more option also. Add data to this data model. You have to add the data to this data model. If you have selected the 4th one, if you have selected the 4th one, you should select this option also. Add this data to the data model. Okay. First 3, I think data model is not required. Because already there will be a table. From table you can create a report very easily, how we did yesterday. If you selected 4th one, then you have to use this, add this data to the data model. Add this data to the, I misplaced this, add this data to the data model. Okay. Now, I want to load this. Don't straight away click and go to close and load. It will be straight away loaded into Power Excel. Don't do that. There will be a small arrow mark below the close and load. If I loaded also, suppose unknowingly I loaded it, can I come back? Can I change the loading process? Yes, we can anytime change it, but make it as a practice, make it as a habit. From now, make it as a practice and habit. Close and load.
Sir, here it is one doubt. Duplicate may be saying something. Whatever I can delete it in the duplicate, the data we can keep it in separate in there.
If the source data, it will be there. If you want, you can get it back at any time, right? You can undo it and you can get it back.
Suppose I can.
It's not deleted, it will be there.
This duplication is deleted. That data will be available or empty.
It will be there on the background.
Background will be the original data. That is I know.
That here also it will be there. If you don't want, you can undo that, it will come back.
Then fine.
As we did here also, I have last session I did it right, removed the columns. I want that column back means anytime I can go here. Suppose I want one column back means I can go to the settings and then I can bring back the column. It is still there. Same like your data will be there. Right. Home tab, close and load to. Close and load to. Don't click on close and load to. But if you unknowingly selected it also, I will tell you what is the way to come back. Close and load to. Now I have 4 options. Suggest me which has to be done here. Only create connection. Then add this data to the data model. Add this data to the data model. Only create connection. Add this data to the data model. But you can ask me, unknowingly I missed this. Unknowingly I didn't select it. Can I have one more chance? Yes. That I will explain in the next process. So now I select this only create connection. Add this data to the data model. Now we are going to click on OK. Yes. So there is a connection established and it has created the data model. You can see there is no table available. No table available. On the right hand side, query and connection. There is one query. The query name is revenue. 1817 rows are loaded. But still that you cannot see the data, but data is available on the background. On the background it's available. How can I see the data? Can I see the preview of the data? Very much. Can I go to Power Query? Very much you can go to Power Query. That I will explain. First, how do we see the data? Place the cursor here. You can see the preview of your data here. What are all the columns? We have the build number, build date. All the columns are visible here. If I closed this query connection, unknowingly I closed it. How can I get that query connection? I want to check the table. No problem. Go to data. Below data, query connection. So go to data. Below data, there is a query connection. But while loading the data, I told you to select 2 things. One is create only connection, add data model. But unfortunately, I forgot or I didn't select it properly. Can I get another chance to do it now? Yes, we have one more chance. Right click on this column. Right click on that revenue. Right click on the revenue Power Query. Right click on it. There is an option called as load to. Click on load to. Now you have a second chance. If you have missed there, you have another chance. You can do it here. Only create connection, add this data model. Okay. But I didn't do the Power Query properly. I didn't load it properly. I missed some column. When I place the cursor only, I am able to recognize I missed some column. Some column I want to add it now. Can I go back to Power Query? Yes. 4 methods are possibly available to go back to Power Query. Method number 1. This query, double click. Double click on that query. First method. Second method, right click on the query, edit. Double click on the Power Query. Right click on the query, edit. Third method, data. Get data. Launch Power Query editor. Data, get data, launch Power Query editor. Fourth method, the shortcut key, Alt F12. Alt F12 is the shortcut key for launching the Power Query editor. So out of 4 methods, you can use any one of the method to go back to Power Query. Yes, I pressed Alt F12, I landed into Power Query and click on this table. So whatever the steps you did, you can see it is stored here. All the steps lifelong, it will be stored, it's available here. Now, unfortunately, you can close and load to only once. Only once the close and load to. Now, if I close and load to, there is no close and load to. Close and load. Because you did it only once. After that, you cannot load to. It's already loaded. So straight away, you can click on close here or click on that close button into mark also, and you can come back to Excel. So close and load to may not be available second time. If you are loaded only once, second time the close and load to may not be there. So 4 methods: double click, right click, edit, get data, Power Query editor, or Alt F12. Okay. Let us create one report and check. Let us create a drilled report also. Before that, let me save this file. We did all the Power Queries, so many things for last 1 hour, but unfortunately we didn't save the file. File, save as. It's a normal Excel file. It's a normal Excel file. You can save it wherever you wish or want. Browse. Maybe I'll put it in the same folder. Maybe I'll give the same name, 05. For my understanding, I'm giving the same name. One minute. I'll save it and I'm giving the same name, 05 Revenue Analysis with PQ. For my understanding, just I'm giving a name called as Revenue Analysis with PQ. That is with Power Query. For my understanding, I have given some meaningful name. Yes.
Starting itself. You need to promote the
Any name, anywhere. Now, how can I create a report? How can I create a chart? Yesterday, we had a report. How do we create a report? Let's place the cursor on the table and go to insert, pivot. We have created a report very simply. But here, unfortunately, we don't have any table here. If you have a table, very easily we can create a report or chart. But we don't have a table. How do we create a report? Very simple. Go to insert. Go to the arrow mark of the pivot table. Now you can see one option would have been activated. Yesterday that option was graded out. Today that option was activated. What is that option? From data model. If this data model is still deactivated means right click on this Power Query and go to load to this option. You didn't select it. If you are not selected this, then you will not get the data model. So connection is okay. To create a report, you should have selected this. If you are not selected it, then we cannot create a report. So let us go to, if you have selected it, fine. And I say okay or cancel. And I come to pivot table from data model. Before that, I close this query connection. The reason for closing is, pivot table will appear here. Rows and columns, we have to drag and drop. It may override it. That's the reason I'm closing this for time being. Now go to insert, pivot table, from data model. From data model, new sheet or existing sheet, your wish. Either you can put the report in this sheet or you can put the report in some other sheet also, your wish. Let me put it in the existing worksheet. Okay. You can see revenue is my column heading, sheet name or table name. You expand it. All your column names are available. You can drag and drop as we did yesterday and create a report. For example, just for example, I want to know customer type wise what is my net profit. Each customer wise what is my net profit. So let us drag the customer type into rows. Direct customer, distributor, OEM, retailers. Net profit into sigma. Yes, we got the report. We didn't have the data here. We have cleaned up the data and we have loaded the data and we have created a report here. The data is residing till in Power Query. But no one can see the data here. It's on the background of the Power Query. Since Excel will not handle a very big data, we can use this Power Query. We'll create one chart. We'll see how to refresh it, how to change the data source also. Okay, how can I create a chart? Place the cursor on some empty area. Place the cursor on some empty area. Insert, pivot chart, pivot chart. Insert, pivot chart. Advantage in pivot chart is, in pivot table you have to select data model. But when you go to pivot chart, it automatically selects, use this workbook data model. It automatically takes the data model by default. If you place the cursor on some empty cell, go to insert, pivot chart, it automatically takes the data model. Say okay. Now expand the revenue table. Now what I want, for example, I will put region wise, south, north, east, west, region wise. Drag the region into axis and net profit total amount into sigma. So we got region wise, what is the sum of net profit. Just for checking, I have created a report, working fine. Right? Done? Still we didn't use power pivots. We'll see power pivot next. What will happen if I add the data in my source? If I add the data in the source, know that what we did yesterday is go to the pivot table, analyze, we have to refresh it. But I don't like to refresh every time. I want my pivot table or a report or a chart should get refreshed automatically based on some timings. Every day I will download the data. Every 1 hour we will download the data. So I want to fix a timings for it. You can go here and refresh it. That's okay. Just refresh. When you add the new data, it will get refreshed. Even though it's not a dynamic table. Yesterday, if it is a dynamic table only, it will get updated. But Power Query doesn't want the dynamic table. If you add the data, empty rows, everything will be added. All the empty rows will get deleted. We'll add one and check also in the latter part. So everything will be automatically done by Power Query. But I don't want to refresh it manually. I want Power Query to refresh it automatically. So, place the cursor on some empty area. See whether this query connection is available on the right side. Whether the query connection is available. I think it's not there. So how can I get the query connection if it is not there? Data query connection. Very good. Query connection. Right click on this query connection. Go to the last one. Right click on the query connection. Go to the last one called as properties. Properties. Yes. On the properties, there is an option available. Refresh every. And you can schedule your timings. Every 60 minutes, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Based on your data flow, you can fix your timings. 1 hour, 2 hour, 10 minutes. Okay. Remember, this you cannot do it in Power BI also. I don't know who has used Power BI, they would have been now, but this you cannot do it in Power BI. You have to get some software like Power BI Gateway, then we have to do this. One more option is, I have 1800 records now. Assume I am adding another 200 rows. This year I am adding 200 rows. Only the 200 rows has to be refreshed. Has to be refreshed means then we can select the enable fast load. I assume that the earlier data there will be no changes. Earlier data last year already loaded data will never have a changes. Only the new data has to be uploaded means select the fast upload, fast data load. But I may get some changes in the old data also. For example, there is a pending payment. That payment I would have received it now. So I would have changed in the old data itself. Last year data I will make some changes. Then don't select this. If only the new data has to be uploaded, then select this enable fast load. I want to add the new data as well as I will modify the old data also. Then don't select. Understood this concept? Enable fast load. Okay. I have 1000 rows. Today I am adding 20 rows. Only the 20 rows has to be refreshed. Then you select this. Or 20 rows has to be refreshed. I will make some changes in the earlier data also. போன மாசம் இருக்க டேட்டாலையும் நான் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணியிருப்பேன். போன வருஷம் டேட்டாலையும் எனக்கு சேஞ்ச் ஆகும் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சிருந்தீங்கன்னா அப்போ டிக் பண்ணக்கூடாது. இப்போ நான் சொன்ன பெண்டிங். லாஸ்ட் இயர் பெண்டிங் ஐ வுட் ஹவ் ரிசீவ்ட் இட் நவ். அதில் போய் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணிடுவேன். ரிசீவ்டு பேமெண்ட் செக்கில் வந்துருச்சு அப்படின்னு அதெல்லாம் மாடிஃபை பண்ணுவீங்க அப்படின்னா இதை டிக் பண்ணக்கூடாது. ஓகே. பட் வாட் வில் ஹேப்பன் if I changed your source? For example, now this data is available in a particular drive, D drive or some other. அதுவும் frequent corporate people will change their drive. One drive la மாத்துவாங்க. They will change your position. They will change your D colons, one drive's locations. If you are changing your laptops, the drive has changed. So now this data is in D drive. Assume my system it's in D drive, a particular folder. Tomorrow my admin are they are changing into OneDrive. They are changing my drive name. They are changing my system name. So now my file name is in some other location. So how can I reactivate it here? So go to data again. Go to get data. Data, get data. At the last but one. From the last second one, data source settings. Go to the data source settings. Now it will show you where this file is residing. And I changed it. My location has changed means change source. And change your new source. browse and change your new source. Now instead of D drive, it's in E drive, OneDrive, any drives. Hope normally all your files are in OneDrive, correct? By default, all the even desktop it's also OneDrive. Now I think everything is synchronized with OneDrive. Do not change, but if you change, you can do this. If the position of your file is changed, earlier it is in D, now I have to change it to C. Go to data, get data, the last but one, data source settings. It will show you now where this file is residing as of now. There is a button called as change source. Change the new location. C into D, D into some other location. You can see the browse, select the new drive here. Only it should not, but sometimes for admin or someone they are changing or your system is changing, your username has changed, your drive has changed. All your systems are, files are protected? No. Password protector or something. Password protected. Every time you are changing your passwords, every time you have to reconnect it. Okay. Now let us step into the next level of reporting.
One more. Like if we have everything set up here, similarly, like you are downloading another raw data. Okay. If you have to apply the same thing, if you just give the source data change to that raw data,
if the columns, everything is similar, it will take it.
It will take that. So we can do that also for different.
If the columns are similar,
same, yeah.
Then we can.
If we are handling the same format for the raw data, then we can use this. Okay.
There is one more method. Multiple in a folder. If you have 10 files, it will take automatically.
Okay.
That we'll see it in the next session. Even no need for doing it. Just put the file.
It will
take. That process we'll see next. Now, I recommend, even it can be a Excel report, it can be a Power BI report. Don't flood with reports. Don't create more reports. Try to have minimal reports and show everything in the minimal format. For example, let us take this revenue table. I have some columns: bill number, bill date, region, payment mode, customer type, state and city. Let us take these 3 columns. I'm going to take these 3 columns. I'll take this 3 columns: city, state and this region column. Okay. So I don't want to create 3 reports. I don't want to create a report for city wise. I don't want to create a report for state. Not 3 reports. 1 report I want to see all the 3. 1 report, all the 3. Now tell me the hierarchy, which will be the best one, which is the first level, which can be the second level, which can be the third level if you create a report. Region, state, city. Super. So I will follow the same method. I will take the region first, then state second and city third. Or under city, I want to put the customer type. Under customer type, I want to put the payment method. Yes, we can do that. First, let us start with 3. So I want to create a hierarchy for this. So first time, we are going to use Power Pivot. Where is that Power Pivot? At least you can find the under the data, get data, you can find the Power Queries is available here. It says get and transform Power Query. But where is this Power Pivot? Unfortunately, by default, the Power Pivot will not be available. We have to activate it. We have to bring it here. File. Go to File. Options. The last one. File. Options. Click on Options. File. Options. Do it only once in your lifetime. Just you have to do it only once in a lifetime in your system. File. Options. Last but one. From the last second one. Add-ins. File. Options. Add-ins. Manage Excel add-ins. No, it's not manage Excel add-ins. Click here. Com add-ins. File. Options. Add-ins. Under add-ins, click on the drop down. Select this com add-ins. And then click on go. After add-ins, you have to click on the arrow mark. Then you have to click on the comments. Then you have to click on go. After go, I think you can tell me the next step. You will be aware of the next step. I'll do that. Add-ins, go. Tell me what is my next step here. Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel. Check this. Enable it. Just make a tick mark. Just make a tick mark and say OK. After clicking on OK, you would have seen some changes on your screen. You have to tell me what is the change. I'll say OK here. Contextual. Power Pivot. Yes. Power Map. You can put, but we are not going to use it. You can put. We are not going to use that today. Data Steamer, Enquire. So many add-ins are there. As of now, we require only Power Pivot. Right. Now, Power Pivot is activated. What do you do is manage. Go to Power Pivot. Manage. Power Pivot. Manage. Like a Power BI, you can create some measures also. Time permits, we'll explore it later. Go to Power Pivot. Manage. Okay. If this manage is graded out, if the manage is deactivated, it should be there because already we have created some report. If the manage is graded out, that means right click, load to, we would have not selected this data model. I think we would have selected data model. Based on that only we have created the report. So go to manage, click on manage. It lands to Power Pivot now. It shows the rows and columns. Nothing here, rows and columns. Now what you do is go to Home tab, Diagram View. Go to Home tab and Diagram View. Power Pivot, Manage. It lands with Power Pivot. Then go to Home tab, Diagram View. Click on Home tab and click on Diagram View. Yes. It shows all your column names, build number, build date, region, payment mode. Increase the height of this table. So it shows all the column names here. Bill number, bill date, region, payment mode, customer type, state, city, amount. All the column names are displayed. Which you want it as the first level. Which you want it as the first level. I want the region as the first level. Right click on that region. Right click on the region. Which you want it as the first level. I want the region should be my first level of the hierarchy. So right click on the region. Create hierarchy. Right click on the region. Create hierarchy. So let me do that. Right click on the region. Create hierarchy. It has created a hierarchy here. Hierarchy name. Hierarchy 1. When you create a sheet, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, book 1, book 2, book 3, same like it will create hierarchy 1, hierarchy 2, hierarchy 3. You can rename it. Just click here and you can rename it. It's hierarchy 1 or right click and rename and just go here and you can type and you can rename it. This is region hierarchy. For my understanding, I'm giving some meaningful name for it. It is my region hierarchy. Enter to accept. So we have created one hierarchy. Under that first level, we have a region. Below this, I want state. Two methods. If you are conversant with the mouse, drag that state and drop it to the title of that hierarchy. Just drag it here on the title. Not required to be drag it below this. If you want, you can do that also. You drag it properly or put it under the title. It automatically drags below the region. Below the region state. Or if you are not comfortable with the dragging, no problem. I want city below the state. So right click on the city, add to hierarchy. Either drag and drop or add. First to create a hierarchy. Then drag it. You have to drag it exactly on the title of that hierarchy. Or right click. Right click is easier compared to dragging and dropping. So that's it in Power Query. That's all about Power Query. We have added an hierarchy where I can see 3 levels: region, state, first region, below the region state, below the state we have city. Now, that's all. Nothing to be done in Power Pivot as of now. As of now, nothing to be done. Close this Power Pivot. Nothing, no need to save it also. Close this Power Pivot. It lands back to Excel. You can create a report in same sheet or you can create a report in new sheet also. Let us put it on the new sheet. I will add a new sheet. And time being, I am going to close this query connection. Why I am closing the query connection is because the pivot table, maybe it will override it. That's the reason I am closing. You can have it also sometimes, but we may get confused. That's why I am closing it. Now let us create a chart or a report. All chart is much easier compared to report. So let us go to insert, pivot chart. I have added a new sheet and I close that query connection. Insert, pivot chart, pivot chart. Same thing what we did in the last session. Insert, pivot chart, pivot chart. Now you can see a new sheet or existing sheet is your wish. Okay. Now you would have noticed below this revenue table, when I expand it, that hierarchy is also listed here. This is the hierarchy which we have created. Right? In Power Pivot, we have created this hierarchy. This region hierarchy, I want to put it into Access. This region, the hierarchy which you have created, I don't know what is the name you have given. If you have given same name, okay. If you have given different name also, no problem. Drag that region hierarchy into Access. Drag that region hierarchy into Access. Not that region hierarchy which we have created, that into Access. More fields. All the other fields are available. Bill number, bill date. Maybe let us put the total amount or net profit or discount, whatever you want. For a change, I will put the total amount. Yes, we got a report. But you can ask me what is the use and what is the purpose. Last sheet itself, I have created same like report. Region wise, I have created a report. It's working fine. But after creating hierarchy, also I am getting the same report. What is the use and what is the purpose? The first advantage is this report I am presenting it. Fine. But my South region head is asking, can you show me the details of South region? So here, this is a South region data, fine. But I want to see the details of the South region. So click on that South region. Double click. You have to tell me what has happened here when I make a double click. In the state available in the South region. Let us take some state, Tamil Nadu. Double click. It shows Tamil Nadu, what is the state-wise report. Chennai and Coimbatore. Sorry, city-wise. How can I move upwards? Can I come back to the main one? Yes. Double clicking is drilling down. How can I move up? Pivot table analyze. There is drill up. If this drill up is not available, if it is graded out, that means my cursor is outside somewhere else on my chart. You should select some bar chart, either Chennai or Coimbatore. I select Chennai now. Now the drill down is activated. Drill up. Drill up means moving upwards. Come back. We are stepped down, now we are stepping up. Drill up. Drill up. So one chart you can display everything. No need for creating 3 charts. Still it's not over, we'll see one more. Okay. Or north, go to north and double click. State wise in north. Double click on particular state. You will get city wise. Drill up. Drill up. Okay. Normal Excel, this is impossible. Correct? Normal Excel, you have to create 3 charts. Even though if you create 3 charts, you cannot present it like this. So any challenges? Now, any problem? One more advantage is, yes, if I select South region, under South it shows state wise. If I select state, under state it shows city wise. That is fine, okay. But someone is asking, can I see all the details? All the region, all the state wise report. Very simple. There is a plus symbol appearing on the chart. On the bottom right, you can see a plus symbol. Just click on that plus symbol. Expand it. Now, region, all the state wise. All the region, all the state wise. One more plus. All the region, all the state, and all the city wise. So, we got everything in one chart. So, East region and the state and the cities. North region, state, cities. South region, state, cities. Minus. If you don't have the press because you are in drill down, you are already drilled down to some area, drill up and come to the main part. You have to drill up and come to the region. You have gone down, you have to come up, then only we can expand. Drill up. On the top, you can see drill up. If you are not able to get the drill up on the top, you can make a right click also. There is an option of right clicking, drilling up and drilling down. Right click and drill up and drill down also will work. Right click, drill up or drill down. Now the expand is not there because we are at the lowest level. Lowest level you cannot expand it. I am in city. How can I expand the city? So you have to come up. Drill up, drill up. Now the plus symbol will appear. Click on the chart. One time, 2 times. Click on the chart. Then the drill up will activate. Done? Any challenges? The indicated everything seems to be simple, easy here. After the training is a real challenge. Sir, you need my support. Done? Okay. After this, can I add one more level? Very much. Yes, sir. I'll come. Power pivot. I'll go back to manage again. Let us go to power pivot and go back to manage again. And go to diagram view again. I have added the region, state, city. Now below the city, I want to know the payment method. In that particular city, how many cash payment, how many check payment, how many credit card payments. So let us bring the payment mode. Right click, add to hierarchy. So I'm bringing the payment mode below the hierarchy. Like this, you can add many times. You can add any number of hierarchy, but don't add 10 or 20, you will get confused. 4, 5 is okay. So I have added one more. After making one more, do you have to make any changes on my chart? Not at all. It will get updated automatically. Now I double click on the south region. I am getting state wise. I double click on a particular state. I'll get city wise. Double click on the particular city. You will get payment method wise. So one time update it. It will get updated automatically here. Not required to create one more report. Not required to refresh it. Nothing. So like this, add hierarchy and show your reports. Try to restrict your visuals. Don't create more visuals. You have 3 or 4 visual, display everything within 3 or 4 visual. Even one visual is fair enough. This can be a line chart, this can be a column chart, pie chart. Go to design. Change chart type. I'll go to design, change chart type. I'll make it as a, for example, I'll make it as a pie chart. Change chart type, I'll make it as a pie chart and OK. Double click on the particular region. North region, I'm making a double click. Now you got the state-wise pie chart. Double click on a particular state-wise, city-wise pie chart. Double click on the city, payment method-wise pie chart. It can be any chart. It's not required you have to put a column chart. You can put a line chart, bar chart, pie chart, as per your wish. Okay. Clear? Done? We'll see about the next process of Power Queries. How to clean up further more data. Consolidation of multiple sheets, multiple files, formulas, functions. Everything we'll see. Now, as of now, let us save the file. I think if I start the next chapter, it has to be completed. Better, I think we can go for a short break. I'll pause my video recording. So we have seen last session how to clean up, how to transform the data, how to load it, and then how to create a report. And using the Power Pivot, we have seen how to make a hierarchy. Using that hierarchy, drill down and drill up and expand also. So one report you can do everything in one chart. This can be a chart, this can be a table also. Maybe we'll create one table and check it also after creating the hierarchy. Now I'm going to save this file and I'm going to close the file. Control S and Control W. Let me open the next file. So we did this revenue analysis. Next let us take the exercise 06. 06 machine feed data. So let me open that 06 machine feed data. In 06 machine feed data, you have some data available where I can see machine name, group name, subgroup name, feeder name and date. So 4th June, this is a number of item has been feeded into the particular machine. Like this 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, it goes like this. It goes till 36. So then you will have July month here, they will add the month here. Actually, this is not a proper data. I've seen in your company or many companies, the data is not properly feeded like this. It's not a proper data. Actually, the date should not be the heading of a column. Date should be your data. It should be a data. It should not be the heading of your column. It should be the data. How this data should be is actually machine name, group name, subgroup name. You should have another 2 columns. One column where we should have the date. Second column where we should have the values. So you should have 4 plus 2, 6 columns totally. Only 6 columns. Don't have more columns. You can have more rows. That's not a problem. Rows can million, billion, trillions, but columns should be lesser. So actually date should not be the column heading. Some people are keeping the date as the heading, customer name as the heading, month as the heading, year as the heading, which is not a right way. That should be your data. So here I should get something like date, the same machine name, same group name for this date. 4-6, what is the value? Same machine name 5-6, what is the value? Same machine name 6-6, what is the value? That's how your data should be. That's how the data should be aligned. Let us see how to convert this data into a proper data. Manually, I can say it's very, very, very tough. Or manually, it's impossible also. Because you have to copy, paste, we have to transform it, we have to transpose, we have to do so many things. And tomorrow, a new data is adding, it's available till 30. Suppose 1st July, 2nd July, 3rd July, they are adding the data. Once again, we have to redo everything. Instead, let us see how to do this in Power Query. As usual, let me close the file. I don't want to disturb this file. Control W. Open a fresh new file and I'll do it in the first new file itself. Or you can do it in the existing file also. That's it. But let me do it in a new file. Control N. Data. As I think we are doing it for the second time today. Data. get data from file from Excel workbook. So data, get data from file from Excel workbook and select the file 06 machine feed data. That's my file. 06 machine feed data. Import. As usual, import and select that file daily data. Then what could be my next step? Transform data. Whenever you transform the data in Power Query, please check that 4 things. Green, heading is correct, data type is correct. I think it's green. Green is okay. Is that heading is right? No. So machine name should be the heading of this column. Group name should be the heading. Subgroup name should be the heading. Feeder name should be the heading. Date. We'll convert it. First we'll promote the heading. Tell me how can I promote this heading now? Use first row as the header. Click on the arrow mark here. Use first row as the header. Or go to the home tab. Use first row as the header. I think it's all the data it may not be required. Some data it automatically detects the heading. Some data it may not. So here it is not able to detect the heading. That's why we promoted the header. Fine. I think others are fine. Heading is correct. Data type is correct. All are greens. No unwanted columns. All are wanted columns here. No unwanted here. Now this data has to be converted into a proper data. How can I convert this in? It seems to be good, but this data is not right. You cannot create yearly, monthly, weekly report, or you cannot filter it by yearly, monthly. You cannot find the total because this data is not properly aligned. How can I make this as a proper table? So, first 4 columns is perfect. Machine name, group name, subgroup name, feeder name. And this column is a problem. This column, this should not be the heading. This should be the data. Date, below that I want 4th, 5th, 6th and value. So, I want 2 columns. So select other than the first 4 columns because first 4 columns is correct. Other than the first 4 columns, select this column. There are 2 methods. I will explain both the methods. Select the first column and hold the shift key. Hold the, or you can use in, how do we use it in Excel? Shift right arrow, right arrow, right arrow. Unfortunately, you cannot use control shift right arrow. That may not work here. In Power Query, control shift right arrow will not work. Either you have to press shift right, so many right arrows, or else select the first column, hold the shift key and select the last column so that all the column will get selected. Select the first column, hold the shift key, select the last column. Or shift right arrow, right arrow, right arrow, right arrow, so many right arrows, select it till the end. This is one method. We have 2 methods. We'll explore both the methods. This is the first method. Select except the first 4 columns. First 4 columns is correct. Other than that first 4 columns, I selected all the columns. Now, go to the tab called as Transform. Go to the tab of Transform. Select other than the first 4 columns, select all the other columns. Go to Transform. Under Transform, when you go to the Transform, under Transform, Unpivot Columns. There is an option called as Unpivot Column. Expand it. Unpivot Columns, Unpivot Other Columns. Unpivot other columns, we'll see it in another few minutes. Unpivot columns, unpivot selected column. Both are same. As of now, both are same. Either you can go for unpivot columns or you can go for unpivot selected columns. So let me click on unpivot columns. That's all. Your data has been converted into a proper table format. So machine name, group name, subgroup name, feeder name, date. 4-6, what is the value? Same machine name, 5-6, what is the value? 6-6, what is the value? The entire data has been converted into a proper data. I've seen many, even in your company also I have seen some data like this. Heading is not correct. Sometimes date will be the heading, month will be the heading, year will be the heading, customer name, part name will be the heading. When it looks, it's good, but it's not a proper table. So this is method number 1. If you are okay with this method, you can go for it. If you are not okay, one more method is, I will remove this unpivot. I'll remove this unpivot. Because here I have only 30 columns, 40 columns I selected. Suppose if you have 300, 400 columns, then selection is very tougher. We'll do it in the reverse way. select the first four columns. Select the first four columns. Then transform, unpivot columns. Tell me what can I do now? Unpivot other column. Other than the selected columns, unpivot the other column. This four columns is okay. Other than the four columns, unpivot it. Make it as a proper data. This is second method. I think second method is much easier. Instead of selecting 30 columns and doing it, select first four columns, unpivot other columns. Yes. Now let me rename this column. This attribute, it says attribute, let us give some name. Double click, right click and rename. And this is the feeding date or feeder date. When we are feeder into the machine, that date. Just don't give dates, give some sales date, some other date. And value, maybe the value or anything. Number of items, values, any name. So this is how you can convert your data into a proper data. Can I load it now? Why?
The date format.
Superb. The date format, data type is not correct. Tell me how can I correct it as a proper data type? That's the third method. I told you three methods. First, Power Query will find it. If Power Query is not find it, we have to give the second chance to Power Query. Very good. Transform. Detect data type. Super. If this is not working, then what you said is correct. The third one. First, let us try this. Detect data type. Yes. It has detected perfectly. If this is not working, then we'll try the third one. Maybe we'll try the third one in our upcoming session. So now it has detected. Now the data type is perfect. I think everything is clean. Now this data is simple, easier, and very easily you can create a report based on this. Home tab, you are going to assist me here. Home tab. Then what could be my next step? Close and load. Close and load to. Then only create connection. Add this data to the data model. Super. Make this as a practice. Make this as a habit. Sometime there may be some small change which we'll see it in our next session. Okay. Perfect. Now I want to go back to Power Query. Tell me how can I go back to Power Query now? I want to make some changes. Double click, right click, Control F12. Get data, launch Power Query editor. Very good. But let us create a report and check whether it's working or not. I will close this query connection. Insert table or a chart, your wish. Pivot table. From data model, insert pivot table. From data model. From data model. Existing worksheet or new worksheet, your wish. Insert pivot. I will come. I am creating a report and I'll check and I will come. This daily data. Something. Mission wise, what is the sum of value? Mission name, I will put it into rows. Value, I will put it into sigma. So each mission, what is the sum of values? Each mission wise, what is the sum of value? This you cannot do it if your data is like that. You cannot do this. So if you want to convert as a proper data, then we have created a report. Just for checking, I have created a report. But could you tell me, I don't want all the machine, I want only the top 10 machines. Right click on the machine name, filter, top 10. That's all. Save it. We'll see one more. Next we'll see about consolidation. That this is what I detected. Insert pivot from data model. Okay. We drag the machine name into rows, value into just sample. So create any. That's working on. Very simple. We did machine name into rows, values in sigma. Octave. The top 10 machine, right? So machine right click. I asked you to close pivot. Data. Close it, right click. And control F12. That's this one. Okay. Let me save this file. File save as. File save as. Browse. Let me give some name for this machine feed data with the Power Query. Some meaningful name. Now, so simply we have converted this data into a proper data and we have saved it. We have created a report and we have saved it. Now let me close it and let us open the next file. 07 city month wise. 07 city month wise. We have a table where we can see years, months and city names. Unfortunately, city name should not be the heading of your table. City name should be your data. We should have only 4 columns. Years, month, city and what is the amount, the value. So I want you to do this. I want you to try because from the morning I am doing some activity. I want you to open a new file, close a new file, get the data, transform the data and convert the data into a proper table. I want you all to try. The table is not a proper table. I want you to convert the table into a proper table. Please try. Yes. What is the sheet name is?
City months.
Number 7. Yes. Yes. This out. 07. Yeah. Get and transform the data. File named as 07 city month wise. Using the transform, unpivot and convert the table as shown below. Like this. The table should be like this actually. Output, final output should be like this. Year, month, city name, all the city name, Hyderabad, Itanagar, Dispur, Patna, what is the value? So I should get only 4 columns. I should get only 4 columns. Output should resemble like this. Try. Just to try. Try and fail rather than failing to try. I think it's easy. You can do it. Done? Very good. Reena, don't load it. Please wait. Before loading, one more activity has to be done. Don't load it. Done? Very good. I will give you one more minute. Otherwise, I will try. Don't load it. Please wait because we are going to do one activity. Don't load it. Yes. Let me try this. I open a new file. Data. Get data from file. From Excel workbook. City month wise. Import. City month wise import. Select the table. Transform. Select the table, transform. I think we are doing it for third time from the morning. Transform. I think headings are correct. Green, no gray. Heading are correct. Data type is correct. Now you have to help me here. How can I convert this data into a proper data here? Select first 2 columns. Years and months. Then transform. I can click on unpivot columns. There is a drop down. Then unpivot other columns. Very good. That's it. Give a name. Double click. These are all city name. Double click. This is sales amount. Don't load it. We have to do one more activity. Simple. As I told, Power Pivot, Power Queries are very easy to use. Yes.
For numbers, we have this character space, double space. Will it also clean up?
As of now, no. But there is a process of cleaning up. Next session I will explain. While doing that lookup, we are going to see some concept of lookup, if conditions. In that concept, I will explain how to clean up it. Okay. Why I didn't load this? The reason is, furthermore, I want to make this data proper data. Furthermore, for example, year and month. I don't like this year and month. I want to convert this as a sales date so that yesterday we did it. When I click on year, quarter. When I click on quarter, month wise. When I click on month, day wise. Of course, day wise is not there. So year and month, I want to make it as one column called as sales date. So this two, I want to make it as one column sales date. Now, select in an order how your data type is. For example, in my system, if I go to the date format, my system, Windows date format, first date, then month, then year. So first I have the date, month, year. So same like first month, then control key select year. If your system format is different, I think month is always first and year comes. Some system, some people will use year first and month next. So in that case, select year first and month next. But here, I think I will select the month first, hold the control key, select year. So it will become first month, then year. If you select it in reverse, first then you will get month and year. So set it in a proper order. I selected both. Now in Power Query, to create formulas, we have two options. One is when we go to the tab called as transform. Under the transform tab, when I go to this transform tab, you can see below the transform tab, there is a group called as text columns, where we can create all types of text formulas, combining, merging, uppercase, lowercase, splitting, all types of text formulas. All types of number formulas is available here. All types of date formulas is available here. When I go to the transform, when I go to the add, same formulas is available here from text, from numbers, from date. So to create formulas, we have two options. Either you can go to transform and create formula, or you can go to add and create formula. So what is the difference between transforming and adding? The difference is, if I want to combine this year and month in some other extra column, so years and month, 2 plus 1, 3. 2 plus 1, 3. I want an extra column, then we have to go for add column. So it add an extra column here. 2 plus 1, 3. But I don't want to combine the columns in some other area. These two columns has to be combined into column. Not 2 plus 1. 2 merged into 1. 2 combined into 1. So then we have to go for transform. So please understand this. Based on this, we are going to create many formulas today. Morning, afternoon, we are going to create many formulas based on this concept. Now tell me which is better. Can I go for add an extra column, or can I combine the column here itself? Combining here, so I can save some space instead of adding an extra column. That can be done in normal Excel, but in Excel it's very tough. Equal to, concatenate, combine, so many things has to be done. But in Power Query it's very simple. Select the month column, year column. I want to combine here itself. I don't want an extra column. When we can use the extra column, quantity to sales, I want to sales amount, multiply, I want output in some other column, then we can go for add column. But here combining into one column is better. So let us go to transform. By today evening you will understand the transform and add much better. Transform. Under transform, you can notice there is an option called as merge columns. Transform. Same merge column will be available under add also, but I want it to be combined here. So transform, merge columns. Click on merge columns, and when you merge it, what could be the separator between it? Year and month. What is the separator in between that year and month? I think my system, I have an hyphen. As per my system Windows formatting, I have an hyphen. Some system you may have a slash, some system you may have a dot also. So I have hyphen. So let me go with hyphen, separator. Unfortunately, I don't find the separator. Colon, comma, equal, semicolon, space, tab. So let us go with custom, and hyphen is my separator. So let us put hyphen. This column will be merged into one column, correct? That new column. What is the name of that new column? Let us give some name. Maybe I'll give a name as sales date. It's a date column, sales date. That's all. Okay. Yes, two columns has been merged into one column. We made a better data size. Also, data is also lesser, and we have merged both into one column also. But still, it's not over. That huge data we have converted into proper simple data here. Why I'm asking it's not over? Why I'm saying it's not over? One more thing has to be done. What is another thing? Superb. Select the sales date. Go for transform, and then detect data type. It says 1-1. That's okay. First day. That's okay. So now sales date is in date format. City is in a text format. Sales amount is a number format. Just we did it last session. Same detect data type. Transform, detect data type. First day. Since we don't have, if we have the date, it will take the date. Next session we'll have the date. We'll try that also. You can do it in Excel, but you have to struggle a lot for equal to the separate column, then separate it. That we'll see. That's also very easy. I will tell you, but we will try in next session. Select it, go to date, year, month, quarter, week, everything you can separate it. If you go for add column, transform means it will combine here. You want an extra column, then go to add column, date, year in a separate column, month in a separate column, quarter in a separate column, week number in a separate column, day in a separate column. We'll work with the date function later. And what could be my next step? Home tab, close and load to, then only create connection, add this to the data model. Okay. As usual, let us create some report and check. I think it should work. Just for checking, I am going to do this. So we have added this data model, we have loaded it, because when you practice and practice only, you'll remember it. That's why I am creating some reports. It will work 100%, it will work, but for our confirmation, we are creating a report. Close this query and connection. Insert pivot table. From data model, insert pivot table from data model. Okay. What I will do is city name into rows, all the cities. Sales amount into sigma. All the city wise, what is the sales amount? I want to know yearly, every year, every city, what is my sales amount. So let us put the sales date into columns. So year wise, city wise, what is the sum of sales amount? Just for checking, I have created a report and checked it. It's working fine. Once again, if you want top 10, slicer, filters, whatever you did yesterday, explore it. We will explore in one by one in our upcoming sessions also. File, save as, browse. 7 city wise with the Power Query. For my understanding, I am giving the same name. I will share this file, whichever the file I have worked, I will share it after the end of the session. All the files, you have the exercise file already. The worked file, I will send it after the training session is over. Maybe tomorrow I will try to send this worked file. That's why I am giving some meaningful name. Okay. As of now, from the morning, we are working with only one file and one sheet. Save and close. Let us open the next file. 07 is over. 08. Warehouse sales. Warehouse sales. Please open that file called as warehouse sales. I have 4 sheets. Sheet number 1, Chennai. SQA code, warehouse and depot, date, month, year, dealer name, product variant, unit sold, MRP, net sales. So we have a table. Assume this table is coming from Chennai warehouse. And I'll go to the next sheet, Bangalore. So this data is coming from Bangalore. But most of the data are similar, but there is one small change. Could you tell me what is the change between Bangalore and Chennai here? There is a change between Bangalore and Chennai. Any change? What is the change?
Discount.
There is an extra column called as
Discount.
discount. Very good. Let us go to the next city, Delhi. Here I can see the discount is available. But in Bangalore, the discount is at the last column K. But in Delhi, the discount is in H. And when I go to Pune, you can see the first two columns have interchange. Warehouses and depot is the first column. SQA code is the second column. But in Delhi and other cities, the column has interchange. Some columns have interchange. Some extra columns are available. And most of the columns are similar. So now what are we going to do is we are going to combine all these 4 sheets. Make it as one report. Assume each sheet or each table we have thousands and millions or millions is not possible in Excel, but still we have lakhs and lakhs of, here we have only 70 or 80. Assume that here I have around 7 lakh rows, here I have some 5 lakh rows, here I have another 5 lakh, another 10 lakh. So 4 sheets, make it as one sheet. Tell me, forget Power Query. Normally, how can I do this? Control W is closing. Then, how can I combine all the 4 files without Power Query? Normally, how do we do it? I am not asking other thing. Normally, how can I combine all the 4 files and make it as one file? 4 different. Copy paste. Open a separate sheet. First, you have to organize the column. Then, copy paste. Yes, we can do that. Since we have only 4 sheets, but till data will not handle this 5 lakh, 5 lakh, 5 lakh, then there will be a problem. Hang and rotate. And another problem is this data is available till 2025. Now I'm adding 20, 26, 27. Once again, there will be a problem. Once again, copy paste instead. Let us see how to do this in Power Query. Okay. Right. I am closing this file. Open a fresh new file again. Control N. Fourth time we are going to do this. Data. Get data. From file. From Excel workbook. You are going to guide me in the next process. 08. Warehouse sales. Import. Yeah. Tell me, how can I select 4 sheets now? Select multiple items. Then how do we select all the 4 sheets? Manually, if I go here, you can select 1 tick, tick, tick 4 times. 4 sheets, okay. Suppose I have 40. I have 100 sheets. You cannot go to the left hand side and make a click. So don't go to the checkbox. Don't go to the checkbox. There is a reason. Come out of checkbox. Other than checkbox, you can click anywhere else. Other than the checkbox. Other than the checkbox, click somewhere else. Hold the shift key and select the last city name so that all the 4 sheets will get selected. It can be 4, it can be 40, it can be 100 also. Don't go to the checkbox. There is a reason why I am saying that. If I go to the checkbox, assume that I am going to the checkbox and make a tick here. Hold the shift key and make a tick here. It will not select properly. You can see one tick has missed. It has missed 1 city names. So better not to go to the checkbox. Come out of the checkbox. Don't go to the checkbox. Somewhere other than checkbox, you can click anywhere else. Shift key, select 4. Okay. Then the next step, transform data. Make it as a practice. I think I already told this. Make it as a practice. Make it as a habit. Please check the column quality. That 4th thing. Heading is right or not. All the column heading is correct. Data type is correct. No empty rows and columns. Very good. Bangalore. Chennai. Same thing. Headings are correct. Data type are correct. No empty rows and columns. Delhi. Same thing. Clean. Pune. Clean. Okay. Now we have 2 methods to do this. I will explain both the method. You tell me which could be best method or better one. So I want to combine all these 4 and make it as one table, one sheet. Place the cursor on any one of the city name. Any one. It's not required you have to select only a particular city. Any one of the city. Place the cursor on any one of the city. Go to the home tab. Under home tab, when I go to the home tab, below the home tab, there is a separate group available for combining. Separate group for combining. 3 combining: merge query, append query, combine files. Combine file is of course graded out because it's not a file, it's a sheet. Combine file we'll see it in another few minutes. Maybe the next chapter is combine file. What is merge query? What is append query? Merge query is a very big concept. We'll see that in another few minutes later. Go to the append query. Under append query, we have 2 options. Append query as new. I will explain what is the difference between append query and append query as new. Append query, what it will do is, if I say append query, my cursor is in Bangalore now. If I say append Chennai, Delhi and Pune, below Bangalore, Chennai will get appended. Below Delhi, below Chennai, Delhi will get appended. Below Delhi, Pune will get appended. Even you can change the order, that's okay. First I want Pune, then I want Chennai, Delhi, that's okay. But everything will get appended under Bangalore if I select append query. If I select append query as new, it will create a separate sheet. On that sheet, Bangalore, then Chennai, then Delhi, then Pune will get appended if I select append query as new. Once again, the ordering you can change. First I want Pune, then I want Chennai. That ordering you can change. Tell me, which one is better? Can I go for append query or can I go for append query as new? Indirectly, I have indicated already. Correct? Red and green. So, green. Why green is better? Everything will be appended under Bangalore. We don't know which is our master data. Which is our master data, which is our source data. We don't know that. So, better to append it on a new sheet so that the master will be different. Consolidated will be different, others will be a different one. So better, what you said is correct. Append query as new. Super. So let us go for append query as new. After this, it's very simple, straightforward. You can tell me what could be my next step. What's my next step here? 3 or more tables. Already Bangalore is appended. Because where is my cursor? Bangalore. So that Bangalore is already appended. Now select, hold the shift key and select Chennai, Delhi, Pune. Shift key and select all the 3. Or you can add one by one also. That's your wish. I selected shift key and I selected all the 3. Add. Unknowingly, if you added Pune, it will throw an error. Not at all, it will add it again. So please be careful. Add. Unknowingly, if I selected Bangalore and added it, twice the Bangalore is getting added. So what we do is select Bangalore. There is an option available on the right side. You can remove that. Or you can, as I told you, you can move the ordering. I want Chennai should come first. Then I want Bangalore, means you can see up or down arrows are available. So first I want Chennai, then I want Bangalore, then I want Delhi, then I want Pune. So you can order it by using up arrow, down arrow. Will it make any difference on my reporting? Not at all. Just for our reference, just for our convenience, I am placing it in a different order. Like sorting. It doesn't make any difference on the report. That's all. Very simple. Say OK. So all the 4 sheets will get appended into one sheet. How do I check it? Manually scroll down and check, or else go to the filter of this warehouse and depot. All the 4 cities should be there. Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi. And we can see 250 rows has been appended, updated here from 4 different sheets. We appended one sheet. Don't load it. Please wait. We have to do few more steps. So combining multiple sheets is as simple as that. It's very simple. No copy, no paste. No cutting, no formulas, no functions. Very simply, we have combined 4 sheets into one. Okay. Let us give some name for this appended sheet. Double click. Maybe this is all warehouse sale. I am giving some meaningful name. Now help me here. Assume I forgot to add one city, or I added one city, now I want to remove it. I don't want it on the list of the city. I don't want to assume that I don't want Mumbai, I don't want Delhi or what city, some city. I don't want Delhi to be added here. I want to remove it. Or I forgot to add one city, I want to add it now. Tell me how can I do this? Very good. Source. But the source is available in all the 4 areas. You have to go to the source of all the consolidated one. Go to that and there is a source. Click on this. Here you can see the same steps will appear. That's why I told you in the morning. Always watch this gear settings for editing your last step. Suppose I forgot to add one city. Now you can add it. I don't want. I can select it and remove it also. Anytime you can do this. After consolidating, please check the column quality again. Independently, every sheet I have checked the column quality perfect. But after consolidation also, I recommend you to check the column quality. The reason is, after combining, I am getting a gray here. Why? Why there is a null? I think in Chennai. In Chennai, we don't have the discount column. In some other sheet, we had the discount column. If you add the discount column is filled. If you don't have it, it's filled with null. So let us replace it. Right click, replace value. Right click, replace value. Null. Unfortunately, here you can replace it with only a numbers because that column is number data type. You cannot put a text. Even if you try to type a text, it will throw an error. You have to type only a number, 0. Because there is no discount in city Chennai. So that's why I am putting a 0.
Delhi, discount was in E column, sir.
That's okay.
It will match it.
It has matched. It has got it. Even that first 2 columns have interchanged. Based on the first column data, it will match automatically. Column name is correct, it will match it. Now, still, I should not load. Why? Which I want you to try. I want you to try. Combine this 3 column and make it as date. SKU date or sales date or anything. Make it as 1 column. I don't want 3 plus 1, 4. I don't want 3 plus 1, 4. I want 3 is equal to 1. Not 3 plus 1, 4. 3 equal to 1. 3 should be combined into 1 column and I want a date. Try. Combine this 3 column, date, month and year and bring it as sales date. Invoice date, bill date, something. Try. I think you can do it. It's very easy. Simple. Done. Data type. Super. But don't load it. Don't load it. Wait. Because one more thing has to be done. Don't load it. ட்ரைனிங்ல இருக்கேன். லஞ்ச்ல பேக் பண்ணுமா? நீ இம்பார்ட்டண்டா முக்கியமானதுலாம் நான் லஞ்ச்ல கால் பண்ணேன். Okay, tell me, how can I do this now? How do I select it? Which I don't know how is your system format. My system format is I'm getting date first 10/7/2026. So I have to select the day first, then month, then year. After this, transform, merge columns, separator, custom. iPhone is my separator. Maybe the date, any date, maybe SQ date, sales date, or any date. Okay. Yes. Then select this. Select all the three. Go to transform, merge columns. 1 minute, sir. Merge columns. Transform, merge columns. Then it will open this window. You tell me what is a separator. Separator is an hyphen. Custom hyphen. I don't know how is your system, sir. Your system is having hyphen or slash? Slash, hyphen. Some system it may be a slash also, based on your system format.
So if I want a
System data format. If you want data format to be changed, go to Excel and change it. Here it will detect the data type, not the format. MMDD, YY, that is in Excel. But format, conditional formatting, coloring, that's all in Excel. It is data type here. Someone has asked some doubts. Yes, sir? Sir, got it. Now, why I am asking, sorry, I didn't detect the data type. So let me go to transform, detect data type. Yes, it has detected the data type as he has told rightly. It has detected as per my system format. Now I am like this detecting, combining, splitting. Maybe splitting we will see it in our upcoming session. Now I asked you not to load this. Not to load this. Why I asked you not to load this is, for example, here out of this 5 sheets, could you tell me which one we are going to use it for our reporting? The last one. So this 4 is not required. Bangalore is not required, Chennai is not required, Delhi is not required, Pune is not required. Can I delete it? No. It should not be deleted because based on this only this table is created. You cannot delete it. But I don't want to load it. Morning I told you 4th one. Remove unwanted. The unwanted can be columns. Unwanted can be rows. Unwanted can be tables also. A table is unwanted here. I don't want 5 tables to be loaded. I want only 1 table to be loaded into my Excel so that I can create a report only based on this table. So for the first time, we are going to do a small change here. Home tab. Yes. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
overall above the 10 lakhs above.
Hmm.
It's combined to 1/5.
Hmm. That's what it has done. Hmm.
Because why I'm saying this, there is 48,000 only in the year.
No, I'm not loading into Excel. It is in Power Query.
It is power coding.
I'm not loading into Excel. It is still the data will be in Power Query. Power Query morning I am saying million, billion, trillion. Several times I used the word million, billion, trillions. So it is in Power Query. If you load it in Excel, then there is a problem. So don't load it in Excel. That's why I told you don't select the Excel table. Only connection.
Yesterday I'm asking now how to do.
Only connection. have the connection, create a report. If you load it in Excel, there is a problem. It will not load. You can create a pivot. Data model and then pivot, sir. That's what I'll do it now. Next we'll do it. Morning, that's what we are doing. We are creating a pivot table for based on the data model. It's not in Excel. It's in Power Query. We are creating a report. Same thing I'm going to do now. Close and load. Close and load 2. Here, one small change here is only create connection. This is correct. Don't, as he has told, don't put it as a table, because every sheet there are 4, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs. Excel will not handle. Excel will not handle. So only create connection. That is okay. But don't select this option, add to data model. All the 5 table will be added to your reporting. All the 5 table will be added to your reporting. I don't want all the 5 table. I want only 1 table for my reporting. You can add, but we will get confused. It will increase your file size. As he has told, every sheet is having 5, 10, 20 lakhs. So unnecessarily it will load your file size. So first time we are not going to select this add data model. But how do we create a report? We'll do that. So add this data model. Don't select this. Don't select it. Okay. Now all the 5 are there, but which table you are going to use it for your reporting? All warehouse sales. This is the one which I am going to use it for the reporting. Right click. Load to. Right click. Load to. Add this data model. So this has to be added to the data model, not 5 sheets. Because we don't have an option for selecting a particular sheet there. So add data model, remove it. After coming here, then select only this table and add to the data model. So only this table will be added to your data model. Other table you will see only connection. But this table 250 rows are loaded. It can be 250, 2 million, million, trillion or anything. Only this table will be available. Now you can create a report. Let us create a report and check. You can load it. As I told, it's not mandatory. Unwanted, remove, unwanted, it's not mandatory. You can load it. But unnecessarily 5 table will get loaded, which may confuse us and increases the file size. So let us place the cursor on some empty cell. Remove this query connection. Close it for time being. Insert pivot table from data model. Insert pivot table from data model. Existing sheet or new sheet is your wish. Existing worksheet. All you can see now only 1 table is displayed. Otherwise you will get 5 tables. We would have got confused, or we are, when I'm sending this report to someone else, why 5 tables are unnecessary there, which is my source data. So all the 5 tables was consolidated into 1 table here. Let us drag warehouse into rows. You can create a table, you can create a report, chart, anything. Warehouse and depot into rows. Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi. And net sales into Sigma. So Bangalore, what is my net sales? Chennai, what is my net sales? Delhi. This is coming from 4 different sheets. This data is from 4 different sheets. So you can create a chart, we can create a report, anything from this different sheets. It can be a chart, it can be a report. Add the data there. Then either refresh it or else data. Query connection. Tell me how can I make this to schedule refresh, auto refresh. Data, query connection. Then where to make a right click? No, I have 5 sheets.
Which one we want?
This one. All warehouse sales, right click. Then properties. Very good. Then refresh every. That's all. So Power Query can handle unlimited number of rows and columns. It's not fixed. Excel is fixed, only 10 lakh. File, save as, browse, we'll give a name, warehouse sales with Power Query. Yes. Next we will see consolidation of files. Clear? Already we have wasted 16 years. In Power Query was started from 2010. 16 years you from now, at least start using it from now. You can see so many advantages are available in Power Queries. Still more. We have just stepped into the next level. We have more. No formulas, no function. As I told, no lookup, no formulas, no if, merging, appending. Everything can be done very easily in Power Query. Let us go to the next one. I will close this file. Control W. Now, I think what is the number? 8 we have done, right?
Yes.
Next, 9 is missing. After 8, it's 10. Where is that 9? The 9 is a folder. 09 orders is a folder. Open that folder. In that folder, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files. Files. It's not a sheet, it's a files. Assume this file every day. I will download some file from SAP, ERP, Oracle every day or every month, every year. This is year, every year. Assume this every year I am downloading this file. Let me open and remember this is not an Excel file. It seems to be like Excel. Actually, it's not an Excel. It's a CSV, comma separated value. Most of the data when you download it from SAP, ERP, Oracle, they will put it as a CSV. Why CSV is, CSV doesn't require any software. If it is a Excel file, you need a Excel software. It's not required. Everyone should have the Excel software. Some people doesn't have a Excel software also, but still they can open it. How can they open it? It's very simple. Right click, they can open it in a notepad. They can open it in a web browser. They can open it in Acrobat Reader. Anywhere they can open. So right click, open with. You can open it in Excel. You can open it in Notepad. So I'm opening the Notepad. You can see these are all the data available. Order ID, region name, order date, order amount. So these are all the columns available in that file. Okay. Sorry. Right. Same like so many PDF text file I have opened it. Okay. Right. Same like I can open it in the Excel and check also. Double click, by default it will straight away open it with the Excel. That's also you can check Excel. Same columns, order ID, order date, order amount. This is for 2022. The first one is for 2021, second one is for 22, 23, 24, 25. And tomorrow or later, I will upload the data of 26 also. Next year, 27. Like this, every month I will download the data. Every year I will download it. Every day I will download it. So like this, I want to combine all these 5 files and make it as one file. 5 files into one file. Let us do that. Let us open an empty Excel file. So I'll do it in the empty Excel file. Control N. Open a new Excel file. 5th time we are doing this. Data. Get data. Then from file.
From folder.
If I select from text and CSV, the problem is you can select only one file at a time. As I indicated, we will add some extra file in near future also. So better get data from file, from folder. That folder can be a Windows folder. That folder can get from SharePoint also. In SharePoint, I have daily downloading some file and putting it in a particular folder in SharePoint. I think you are all using SharePoints. In SharePoint also, you can have a folder. But as of now, it's in Windows folder. So let us go to folder. And select that. Don't go inside the folder. Select that folder. Just to select the folder. Don't go inside. If you go inside, you will not select anything. So select that folder name. Which folder we have that file. Select that folder name. Select the folder name. One. As usual, it will go to the navigator screen. It's going to the navigator screen. Now I have 4 options. Combine, load, transform, cancel. Tell me. Combine and transform. So load. No. So you are saying I have to click this. Combine and transform data. I told you yesterday, hierarchy which I preface, get, transform. I always recommend transform. The reason is, here fortunately I have 4-5 files. These 5 files I have to combine. Assume in the same folder, I have some text file. I have some Excel file. I have some doc file. I have some PPT file, PDF file, multiple files. I want to combine only these 5 files, which cannot be done here. Straight away it will combine all the files, it will throw an error. So that's why I always prefer transform. Second step is always transform. I recommend transform always. Because most of the time, whenever a new menu opens, we will never read it, we will click on the default one. Don't do like an online agreement. Online agreement, we will never read anything, select the first one. So don't do that. Click on transform data. Click on the transform data. As usual, it lands to Power Query. Now, here, no issues. All the 5 files I want to combine. But assume we have another 3 or 4 files available, maybe a text file, maybe a PDF file, maybe a CSV file. So I don't want that to be combined. I want only the CSV should get combined. So what I can do, go to this extension. Under the extension, you can filter that particular file. That particular file, you can filter it. That CSV or text or PDF, whatever the file, you can filter. But here, only CSV, that's already selected. So only CSV. If you have PDF or anything, remove that from the filtering. Untick that and select only CSV. Then go to Home tab. Under Home tab, Combine Files. But unfortunately, this combine file is graded out. It's deactivated in my system. It's graded out deactivated. Why it's graded out deactivated is because I came out from this content area. My cursor has came out from the content area. Your cursor should be on the content area. So click here. Now the combine would have been activated. Or else no problem, even though that combine is not activated also. Suppose my cursor is somewhere else here. The combine is not activated, it's graded out, no problem. Left hand side of the combine, you can see there is 2 down arrows. The same 2 down arrow will be available somewhere else here. Yes, it's available here. So either if this 2 down arrow is available, click it, or click on this 2 down arrow. Both are same. So let me do that. Click here, 2 down arrows. It's evaluating and it will show you the preview of your file. Preview. The first file. It shows the preview of the first file. You can check the preview of all the file. I already checked it. I already opened and checked, but still if you want to check it here, the first file, second file, third file, fourth file, you can check it here. And always it will check the column quality. In Power Query, it always check the column quality with first 1000 rows. But in combining, it will check only with the first 200 rows. If you want to check with the entire data set, you can do it. That's your wish. But it may slow down your system speed because 10 files, each file 1 lakh means it may take more time. So as of now, I will go with the top 20 rows, 200 rows. Delimiter is comma because it's already CSV. CSV is a comma separated file. So that's already selected. Don't worry about this Western. This is based on this comma Windows format. For that, we don't want to select anything. These are all various countries data format. Comma separator, common one. It will detect automatically. Skip file with error. Please do not select it. Skip file with error. If some file is having a error, suppose if there is a error, if there is some problem in sheet number, file number 2025, it will skip that file. It will not load that file itself. So don't select it. Better not to select it. If there is a error, show me the error. Show me the gray. Show me the green. I will solve it. That's the reason we are using Power Query. So don't select the skip file with error. That's it. Say OK. Yes. It will evaluate and it will do something. And you can see all the 5 sheets has been, all the 5 files has been combined into file. You can scroll down and check 2021. After 21, you will get 20, 22, 23, 24, 25. It goes on. Still, if you want to, I am not convinced with scrolling down and checking. Is there any other method? Go to the source name. Click on the filter of the source name. 21, 22, where is 23, 24, 25? It's there. Load more. Because by default, it will show you only 1000 rows. Expand, load more. All the 5 sheets has been combined. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We'll do further more. Okay. Now, for combining of multiple files is also very easy. Assume what will happen if I have some extra column in year 2025. I have added some one extra column here. What will happen? Others will be null. So it will create one extra column. Other year it will be null. In 2025 it will have the data. Replace it with 0 or whatever. Right. Now let us go to Home tab. Close and load. Close and load to. You have to suggest me or you have to help me here. Home tab. Close and load to. Now tell me. Yes. What is the option? Only create connection.
Okay. No,
What?
we should not click that.
Why?
Come inside that. There we can establish connection.
Only one table is there. Let's combine only one table. There we had 4 plus 1, 5 table.
Okay.
Here we have only one table. That table has to be loaded. Even if you load, go there and right click and load to also same. I can do it here itself. Whereas here we have only one table. There we had 4 plus 1, 5. But here it has combined and we got only one table. Okay, this data model has to be selected. Otherwise, you cannot create a report. It has to be selected. But we'll see another powerful feature next. Okay. Yes. So it has combined all the 5 sheets and made it as one, all the 5 files, sorry. All the 5 files it has combined into one file. Now, as usual, let me create a report and check. But there is one powerful feature here. I am closing this query connection. Insert. Let us put a chart. I already created some reports and check. Let us put a chart. Insert. Pivot chart. Just for checking, I am doing it. Insert pivot chart. Okay. 09 orders. Expand it. I think dates are in different sheets, right? 20, 21, 22 years are in different sheet. So let us put the order date into access. Order amount into sigma. Yes. 2021, what is the sum of order amount? 2022, what is the sum of order amount? 23, 24, 25. So we got the data from 5 different files. 5 different files, not sheets, files. But the powerful feature is, assume we have 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now in this folder, let me go to the original folder. So we have this 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It has combined all the 5 files and it has created a report. Just imagine, just think, today I'm downloading a file, this year's file, 2026. I'm downloading this year's file. Today morning I have downloaded that file. Wantedly, I have kept that file in a separate area. Come to the main screen, main folder. There is a separate file called as order 2026, correct? There is a file called as order 20. Wantedly, I kept it to check it. This order 2026 file, assume that, just think it or imagine it, I have downloaded this file today. This order 2026. It's in the main folder, that exercise folder. Cut it. Right click, Control X, or cut it. Cut. Go to that folder, 09 orders. Paste. Cut that file and paste it into the same location. Come to Excel. Then cut and paste. Copy and paste. Your wish. Cut and paste. Normal copy and paste and cut and paste. Or I will come, sir. Then I will come to Excel. Then what has to be done? Go to pivot table, chart, analyze. Refresh. Yes. Now 2026 is coming here. That's it. So what we have to do from now? Download the data, put it into the folder, leave it. Or schedule the refresh. Every 1 hour, download it and put it into that folder. That's all. As simple as that. Sir, cut that file and put it into the folder, sir. Normal copying and pasting. Very simple, very powerful. Sir. Data model, put a table. File size should be larger. Over sheet 5 lakh, no problem. Up, don't put it in it. Have it in Power Query. Will be not handled. Have the data in Power Query, create a report. Pivot table. Pivot table. Anything you can. As Excel. You can do this. For example, I don't like it as a data model. I want the rows and columns here itself. Data, query and connection. Right click, load to. What we can do? Table. If the data is smaller. Table of rows and columns sound. But I don't recommend it. If it is too large. Better to have, if it is a too large data, better to have it in Power Query itself. Don't load it in Excel. Now load pani pathrom, I'll check it. Okay. All the columns, everything will be added as a columns. Yes. But it will slow down your process. That's coming here. Order ID, region, order date, order amount. The extra column is year, month, quarter. Same thing. This is the data. This is the original source data there. If you have the table, pivot is very easy. Insert pivot. But I suggest not to do this. I always recommend, since the data is larger, I always prefer only connection. So have the connection in Power Query and create a report in Excel. That's my suggestion. File. Save as. Browse. 9, I believe so. Don't give 9 orders because 9 orders is already a folder. So put some other name. Order master. So I'm giving some meaningful name. Probably I want you all to try this. Maybe, I don't know, the column name, sheet name can be different. In the same folder, that exercise folder, you can see 10, August, December, October, November. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 text files, TXT files. So I want to combine all these 5 text files into one. So combine all the 5 text files into one, but the real challenge is you have to combine all the text files into one file, but the challenge is without creating a folder. Don't create a folder, but I want to combine all these 5 files, August, September, December, November, and make it as one file like this. Try. Combine all the 5 files, 5 text files into one file. That is 10. I think it is prefixed with 10 August 2025, 10 December 2025, 10 November 2025, October 2025, September. Combine these 5 files, and I want output should be like this. Your final output should be shown like this. Try. After this, then we'll jump on to our lookup functions. That permits we try to start lookup function before the break. Combine all the text files and make it as one without creating folder. Done? Without creating folder. I think I already given the clue in the last session. For this last session I discussed this, how to do it. If you have multiple files in one folder, how to combine only the particular files. Done? Why? It's easy. Cup chapter is a bigger chapter next time. For another 1 minute. Okay. Can I try? Yes. Let me open a fresh new Excel file. Remember, I am not creating any folders. I'm not creating any folder. Let us open a fresh new Excel file. I'm closing this file. Control W. Open a fresh new file. It's already, I didn't create any folders. You can see this 10 August 2025, 10 December, 10 November, 10 October. I didn't create a file. It's already in some particular folder. Data. Get data. From file. From folder. That main folder. Where that exercise. All the files are available. Select that main folder. I have created a folder, Excel exercise. All the folder, it will display all the files under that folder. Open. Displaying all the file, Excel file, text file, CSV file, PDF, any file. That's the reason I asked you not to use combine. You have to go to transform. Select that folder, sir. That's all. Next to that, the navigator screen will open. Select that folder. Don't go inside the folder. Select the folder. Same thing, nothing new. That folder. File. Where is your main file? Data, get data, from folder. That's all. This is what it is. Transform. Here. Now, help me here. I want to combine only the text file. So what to be done here? Extension. I'll go to the extension. Then select all. Select TXT. What he said is correct. Why can't I do this? I can go to the name here. And why can't I select only this 4 files or 5 files? Anyway, this is a little bit tougher, that's okay, but this is okay, right? Why do I go here, extension and filter it? Why can't I do this? What is the difference? If they both are same?
Here,
You have to click 4 or 5 times here.
4 files, that's okay.
here like.
But I am asking what is the difference? Huh?
Only these 5 will be selected. If we are selecting that extension, any text file we add, it will maybe complete.
So for example, if we have next is, I have January month, February month, it will get updated automatically.
Yes.
Very good. So this one is better. Go to extension,
Yes.
text file. Okay. Then how can I combine it?
Cursor to be in content.
Content area,
Either we have to
combine, or this double arrow.
or combine.
It will show you the preview. See the preview. Yes, this is my preview. Okay. All the 5 sheet was combined. Simple. Close and load. Close and load to your wish. Only create connection. Add data model. If you want a table, you can put it as a table also. If the data is small, you can go for it, but I don't recommend. Only create connection. Add this data to the data model. That's all. Combining the multiple sheets, combining the multiple files, identical. It's very easy, very simple. As of now, we are working with identical. Next half, we are going to see about non-identical. Columns are not simple. How to combine it. That's going to be our next chapter. Okay. File. Save as. Browse. Number is 10. 10. Maybe combine text. I'll give some name. This is a combining all the text files. Clear? Compared to yesterday, today we are in a good pace. We are going in this pace, we can complete all the exercise. How many are there? We are in 10. How many are there? 17. No? Total sheets, total files? 17. Another 7. Today morning we started from 4. 5.
5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 we have completed. Good. Another 7 in next half. We can do it. If you are doing the same pace, we can do it. Okay, the next one we will start. We cannot complete it. We have a timing. We will start at least. Exercise number 11. Part sales tracker. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All the 5 exercise. We are going to see same concept, maybe different levels. Same concept with the different levels. Maybe let us open this part sales tracker. Please open that part sales tracker. We have 2 sheets. First sheet, sales distribution. Second sheet, part master. In sales distribution, we have zone name, part number, planned year quantity, Q1 quantity, Q2 quantity, Q3 quantity, Q4 quantity. And in part master, we have part number, material type, category, part name, quantity, reorder level, lead time, drawing number, unit of measures, rate. Now, 2 tables are totally different. No, if all the columns are identical, we can use the append query and combine it. If it is a different file, we can go for combined files. But here, 2 different sheets. But we have some common column. One column is common between 2 tables. Part number. Very good. Now what I want to do, or what we are going to do is, I want to get, let us open the sales distribution. We have to sum up this Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So that as quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, I want year quantity. That is very simple. We can do it. And then I want that year quantity to be multiplied with the rate. This part number rate. What is the rate of this part number? Unfortunately, the rate is not available here. Rate is in the next sheet. And I want to know what is the name of this part. So the name of the part is in the next sheet. Brake pad, door seals. So we have to get the name of this part number. We have to get the rate of this part number. What we do normally is VLOOKUP. Old VLOOKUP has died 7 years before. XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP will retire sooner. Okay, so stop using VLOOKUP. Stop using XLOOKUP. Without VLOOKUP, without XLOOKUP, how can I do this? Using Power Query. Fortunately, we have one common column. Sometimes there may not be 2-3 common columns. Sometimes one data will be available, one data may not be available. Various options are there. We'll see one by one how to compare the data also. As of now, as you told, without writing lookup, how can I bring the name? How can I bring the rate? Now tell me before, because after going inside Power Query, I cannot come back here. So I am asking here itself. Tell me where we want the output here. Where I want the output. I want the output at the sheet number, sales distribution. I want the output here itself, correct? So if you want the output in some other area, we have to go for some other option. If you want the output here, remember, I want the output here. If you are writing a VLOOKUP, you have to place the cursor here and we have to go for VLOOKUP, correct? Same process, we have to do it in Power Query. So let me close the file. I am closing the file. Open a fresh new file again. 7, we are doing this. Data, get data, then from file, from Excel workbook, select that file. What is the file name is? Part Sales Tracker. Part Sales Tracker is my file name. Select the file. Import as usual. And select both the sheets again. Select multiple items. Part master, sales distribution. Select both the sheets as usual. Transform data. Transform data. It lands to Power Query again. As usual, check the column quality. Make it as a practice, make it as a habit. In Part Master, headings correct, data type correct, all are green. Perfect. Sales distribution, heading is correct, data type is correct, green. Perfect. Now we have two options. You have to suggest me which could be the best one. Where we write a VLOOKUP, we have to place the cursor on the table. Now tell me in which table I have to place the cursor. Part master or sales distribution? Part master, sales distribution. Sales distribution. That's why I explained there itself, because I cannot go to Excel again. We have to write a VLOOKUP in sales distribution. Place the cursor on sales distribution. Part master, already we have the name. Why to write the VLOOKUP there? So sales distribution. Place the cursor. Two options. You tell me, suggest me which could be the best one. Home tab. Merge query. Merge query as new. First, merge query. What will happen if I select merge query is, my cursor is in sales distribution. If I want the part name and rate in the sales distribution, the part name and rate will be displayed in the sales distribution table itself if I go for merge query. If I go for merge query as new, the name rate will be displayed in a new table. If I go for merge query as new. Tell me which is correct. I want unique answer. Which is correct? Merge query or merge query as new? Merge query or merge query as new? Where we want the output? Whether we want the output in sales distribution table or you want the output in new sheet? Sales distribution. I want the output. I told you open the table. I want the output in the sales distribution table. New table, if I want the output, what is the purpose? No purpose, no use. So I want it in the sales distribution table. Here, you have to go for merge query, not merge query as new. Merge query as new, in the next session, we'll see what is the purpose of it. Here you have to go for merge query, not merge query as new. Understood? That's why I opened the Excel and I showed it where I want the output. I want the output at the last, after the Q1 quantity, Q2, Q3. I want the output in sales distribution table. Place the cursor on sales distribution. Merge query, not new. New we'll see it in the next session. Merge query. Already the sales distribution is opened on the top. The sales distribution table is already opened here. Bottom, the second table. Part master. And tell me which is a common column between both the table. Part number. Select the part number. Here select the part number. What is the common column between both the table? If I selected wrong column, will it throw an error? No. Unfortunately, if I select, suppose here I selected the part number, here I selected the part name, it will not throw error, but you can see on the message it says 0 match. So that means you have selected a wrong column. Select the right column. Part number. Join kind. This is the most powerful feature. There are so many join kinds. One by one we will explore. It. Inner, left anti, right outer, left outer. So there are so many. We'll explore all the other feature in our upcoming session. If you want to go for VLOOKUP, if you XLOOKUP or VLOOKUP. So I want all the data from first. The entire data I want it. The matching data from the second. That is, I want the name. This part name, I want it from the second table. Where's my cursor? It's gone. Okay. So I want the matching data from the first and all the data from first, matching data from the second. Name I want it here, rate I want it here. So all the data, matching data from the second. Then we have to go for left outer. This is equal to VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP. This is equal to VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP. What is that fuzzy match? If time permits, we'll see about that fuzzy match also. Approximate match, spelling mistake. For example, in one part number, I would have typed U44QIM. Instead of M, I missed M, some spelling mistakes. So Daimler India, instead of that, I typed only Daimler. But still, I want to match it. In that case, we can go for fuzzy match, approximate. We'll see about the fuzzy match. Here, I want the exact. Same part number, exact match. So don't select the fuzzy match now. As I told, fuzzy match, we'll see it in our upcoming session. Time permits. That's it. Select both the column. What is the common column between both the table? Okay. Now what has happened is, in the sales distribution table at the last, there is a new column added at the last. You can see there is a new column at the last called as part master. At the last, there is a new column called as part master, and it says table. Don't worry. On the right hand side, there is an icon appearing at the right. Two arrows. There is two arrow appearing at the right side. Click on that two arrow. Left and right, two arrows. Click it. We have matched it. Now it's asking what is the column you want it here. What are all the columns you want it here? Select the columns. Remove that select all because I don't want all the columns. I want what are all the, I think I said two columns. What is the column? Part name. Select the part name. Select the rate. It's equivalent to writing two lookups. Or I want the category name. I want the material type. Whatever you want, you can select it. It's if you are selecting four lookups. As of now, I want only two. Name and rate. Original name as prefix. Use original name as prefix. What is that original name as prefix is? This title, what is the title of this column name will be part master dot part name. Part master dot rate. That's how the column name will be displayed. If you don't like it, I want name. I want rate. I don't want to prefix with the table name. So uncheck it. Or later also you can remove it. We have the applied steps. No worries. Later also you can uncheck it. Okay. Yes. We got the part name. We got the rate here. Matching columns. Cup. Could you tell me how do we remove this part master dot name, part master dot rate? I don't like it. I want only part name and rate. Double click and rename. That's one method. But suppose I have 5 columns.
Settings.
Settings. Go to the applied step. Settings here. Here remove that column heading part master. Remove that. Delete. That's it. So we got the part name, we got the rate. Equivalent to lookup. But not equivalent, it's beyond VLOOKUP. We will see further more. Here we have matched with only one, unmatching, matching 2, matching 3. That all we are going to see in the afternoon. When you come for a training program like this, you have to do 2 things. One is learn some new feature and learn a new feature, unlearn the old feature. These traditionally 2 years together, 10, 20 years, people are saying lookup. Again lookup. So now I am saying stop using lookup. Lookup has struggled with us so far, so long. Stop using it. You tell me what is the advantage? I have practiced with lookup. You are teaching merge query. So what is the advantage and what is one is avoided the formula. That's one advantage. Another one? Multiple you can get it at a time. Another one? Huge data. VLOOKUP will not handle a huge data. Okay. Another one? One folder, one file. If you add further more data also, no need for rewriting the lookup again and again and again. It will automatically get updated. Just put the data, refresh it, schedule the refresh, it will get updated. These are all the various advantages of this merge query. Okay, so from now, start using merge. We'll see further more merge queries. Still in the afternoon, we are going to see more on this merge queries. Yes, and you can rearrange your columns also, no problem. This column I want to bring it, this part name I want to bring it next to the part number. Yes, we can drag and drop and we can bring it to the first column wherever you want. Suppose I want this part name should come next to the number. So I can drag and I can bring it here. You can rearrange your columns also. Very simple. Or right click and move the column wherever you want. There is an option of moving. Move to the left, move to the right, move to the beginning, move to the end also. Okay. So I think 2 formulas we have avoided as of now. One is lookup, another one. Morning I think we did one more formula we avoided. Instead of writing a formula in Excel, we avoided one formula. What is it? One is lookup, another one. Concatenating, very good. Combining and concatenation of multiple files and multiple columns. Maybe in the afternoon we will see about furthermore other if conditions, multi-lookup, as I told, merging, not merging, appending, so many other options. If you have 10 sheets, how can I create a report? 10 lookup I cannot write, but how can I create a report based on 10 sheets? These are all the various chapters still pending. So I think we are in exercise number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, we have to do it. Okay, so as of now, I cannot save this also because it's in Power Query still. When I come to Excel only, I can save it. There is no save button available. I cannot load it now because we have to do further more activities also. So don't load it, no other go, just have it as it is. You cannot work or you can close and reopen it in the afternoon later. So as of now, just hold it, park it. We'll see further more activities on this file probably after our break because if we start next exercise, it will take some time. So I cannot save it also. So as of now, I am stopping that video recording.